Hey, hello there, everybody. How are we doing today? So we've got a few mods to check out. Hello, Joe. Hello, Cosmic. Hello, Dong. Hello, Martin. Hello, Doc. Hello, Granny. How are you doing? Ooh. Okay, hopefully everything works and looks nicer. I spent like a stupid amount of time trying to figure out if there's a way to like essentially wait, actually, is there a way? Hold on now before I do something stupid. No. I spent like ages trying to figure out a way. Hello, James. Trying to figure out a way. Hello, Styles. To essentially allow HDR on my television while still being able to record, and that's apparently like not the easiest thing to do, and I just have to accept that I'm not going to use HDR, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So we got a few mods we're going to check out today. I will say, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit paranoid. I don't know if, hello, Rory. I don't know if, I find when I spin, sometimes I can still see the, like, the ghosting of the cursor. However, I don't know if that's just because Starfield doesn't give you a solid 60 FPS, you know, like it dips. I'm doubting it's the television. That's what I'm like. I'm assuming that maybe because the quality of the TV is better. Hello there, Focus. Yeah, I'm known to be around. I get around, not in that weird way. Shut up my game. Got my loader. Very nice. Hello there. Hello there, Hercules. We are checking out a few mods. Anyway, so we've got a few mods, a few recommendations. Styles, I was looking at some of the stuff you're recommending, and I do want to do I do want to go and do a playthrough of that that one game, the Lazarus. I want to do like a playthrough of that. Although I don't know if it's on. Oh, I don't know if it's on my game. Very blinding. So I display change brightness, contrast, and blinding stuff. Yeah, I found like I had to like change some options. See, like it's weird. Like I can see ghosting, but I don't know if you could. You shouldn't be able to see the ghosting because obviously it's on stream. It's weird. I can't tell if like my TV is just dodgy, which I hope that's not the case, or again it's just the fact that because this TV is supposedly better quality than the last one I was using, it's like kind of showing the imperfections of the game rendering shittily. But yeah, anyway, so we got a few mods to check out. We got some recommendations. It's all some good mods. So what do we got today? We're going to be checking out the Ramtech Unlimited 2.54 update. Aren't maxi pads a thing that women use? Okay. We also got Colony 1, fully featured space colony. We got Aquila expanded Aquila windmills. And then we got 3.5 enemy times. I think I've ever using the night filters that worked. See, my brightness is like good for me. This plays the last month play tournament. I'm not having a main quest. Just keep getting. Yeah, no, they did a really good job of kind of making you kind of be like, holy shit, there's some new stuff. Brightness isn't too bad on my end. I will say though, like, I didn't realize that like one of the things with OLED or like with kind of OLED televisions and stuff in general, OLED is generally like darker, blacks are darker. And I'm the sort of person who will pump up the gamma to play Minecraft super dark, you know, like I don't like darkness. So it takes me a while to get used to the, oh, don't just crank your brightness, Crimson. It's dark for a reason. Anyway, so we're going to go and check out some of these. They're all on PlayStation. Hello there, Paul. It's probably updated with Falklands, but I don't think it includes it. What am I actually rocking setting wise? Because on my Xbox, I got, what do we got? Not you. Yeah, I'm going 60 FPS in visuals, which meaning it targets FPS of 60 and above. Does anyone know, is it possible to get over 60 FPS on the Xbox? Would I need to be playing in 2K to get? With the lights turn on? Interesting. Hello, Zerbus. All right. Let's go to thingy. So yeah, the quality should be the way it is for you guys. I will say I was like testing some other games just to see. And I turned on HDR to play Skull and Bones very briefly. And it like made all like it had like a weird red undertone or overtone, like the saturation was up. I just had to turn up. Now I can set up night. Nice, very nice. Right, where's this Ramtech facility? Isn't this somewhere on Mars? I thought it was on Mars. Is it not on Mars? Creations Ramtech. Where are you? Where are you? I'm so sorry. Where? Here, Lord. Other stuff here. Where is this? Hello, Ace. How are you doing? Where the hello, Prof. Where the fuck is this? I remember it being in Mars, but oh, it's a custom landing pad. Oh, I thought it was weird. Why did I think it was on Mars? Okay, let me. Inspired by me. What the fuck? How you? What do you mean by that? Okay, I didn't know that. Wasn't it? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a different one. Let me crack open my mind. I wonder how long. Oh, guess what I saw? Guess what I saw yesterday? Guess what I saw? When I said yesterday, I made like a joke about, well, not a joke. If anybody was interested in, that's what I'm thinking of, Ramtech. I like was saying, like, if anybody was interested, hello there. No, I'm seeing a dog constantly. Hello there. But no, so when I said yesterday about like, oh, I wonder like if anybody wants to like semi-early access like mods and stuff, right? I meant it more along the lines of like, you know, if there was any like mod authors that were like about to drop free mods and stuff, and it was just a general thing. But the shipbuilder god himself thought I was basically baiting him out, and he sent me screenshots or a screenshot of the new parts, and let's just say, oh, fuck yeah. I am very excited. Beyond excited. They look fucking awesome. I gotta like just randomly bait people out more often. Who knows what will send. So Wiz, who made ASC Demos, is working on ASC Tile, a completely new set. I'm not going to give any sneak peeks. No, that is up to Wiz to do all that. But I just got to see it, and they look fucking amazing. Monster Middle Wolfies mod, where there are other factions. What do you mean by that? We got free lane schematics, contraband container. Okay, so cool. So we're gonna place all these. I really wish that like just a flat stuff. Right, so we did there, yeah. Okay, this is like a cheat mod, but I can get behind it. Where are you? Sorry. But I'm very excited. New hostile faction. Is it on Xbox or Fractures Alliance plugin not found? Oh. Okay, interesting. Shattered. Oh, that's actually fucking really cool. That's really cool. Uh-oh. That's really fucking cool. It like looks to see what you have. That's really cool. Then we got Case of Fun. Okay, we got a Case of Fun. What's the difference? Ammo Case of Fun 2. What are you listening to? Box of Fun. Was based on the ground and managed shooting. That would be very cool. I don't know how the engine would hide it though, or like handle it. I mean, I would love to see it handle it. There's this unlimited storage. All right, so these are just storage spaces, aren't they? Yes, they are. I'm an idiot. Base game keycards, Turn-O-Matic keycards, Ramtech Light Maxi Pad. Maxi Pad Extra. What the fuck is the difference in these? Oh! Oh, that's cool. Wish I knew it got updated. I would have suggested it. Wait, so POI faction diversity. I can check that out too. We can check that out in a moment. And then what is this? Ramtech Unlimited Kiosk. All right, let's check some of these out real quick. New ship equipment must be unlocked in New Game Plus. Can you bring them with you? What do we got here? Colonization. Whoa. Okay. Well, we got all of the... So, like, what does it mean when it says we can unlock more stuff? What's the reactor you unlock with this? Is it these? And then there's like supposed to be, what's the study hab? Do those magazines not do anything? I like watching smaller streams. I have a better chance to interact with the streamer. Thank you. I guess. I normally have no problem interacting with. Oh, they weren't actually implemented. God damn it, Bethesda. Ba, ba, ba. All right, what do we got here? We got schematics. Cool. We got Aurora. Hello there. Welcome. Glad you've been getting back into the game. Oh, Turn-O-Matic items. We got Buckshot. Buckshot. Bulldog. Concussive Antique Pistol. The Marlin. Okay, this is quite cool. Obviously, we're interested in the ships primarily. Fuck you, Styles. You have to actually take them. What do you mean, take them? Robots Roulette. Shepherd. Shepherd. What do we got here? Okay, cool. Cool. We got Shattered Space, and then these are just ammo. Lol. Okay, let's see what ships we get. What is that over here? They added them with Astra? That makes a lot of sense. Given that I kind of wish that you had a better option. Like, this is now for mod authors there. Looks like today, Prof, that is you, as you're the only one here. I'm going to ask you a question that might be higher than your pay grade, because this might not be your thing. Is it possible, Prof, to make a vendor that utilizes something other than credits? Like, could you make a vendor, right, where instead of it taking credits, it took Astra? Or is that not possible? Because I would fucking love a vendor if that's how Astra worked. You could essentially buy objects directly with Astra. Actor who played the Death Star in the hit. He was fuck off. They're the same ones you pick up. Oh. Alright, so we got, what do we got here? Conflict mission boards. Okay, nice, nice. Ayusion. Cooking. I mean, I'm sure there would be a way, but I'm not. That makes sense. Understandable. Be quite cool because I like, you know, I like the stash stuff, but like most of his shit is worthless. It's just the unique stuff you kind of really want. Where is, hello there, Wiz. How goes it? This reduce of the game doesn't, god damn it. Why is it always the fucking script extender that's needed? Where's the ship vendor thing? This is a nice hab, by the way. McLaren uses Astra? I need to check out McLaren's. I haven't like checked out. Where is the hello? Oh, right here, lol. Alright, whoa, what the fuck? View 5 favorite / unique ships. Hey, whoa, we got view and modify. We got buy DLC, buy Freestar, buy other faction. Jesus Christ. I'm looking a way to make a mod. What I need is a script that exports game data to a text file. So there's some limitations. Why? There's always goddamn limitations. Yeah, I've got the body of Adonis, damn right. Use that, make a layout on something like Stream Deck for all of the games. Dash. What? So you're trying to make a mod for Stream Deck? Hello there, Wiz. So this is, we're checking out a few mods. This is J Ramos' stuff. I definitely didn't tell all of the chat that you sent me a picture of the new stuff, and I'm very, very, very excited. Wrong button. So we're checking out Ramtech Unlimited. Is basically a cheat mod. But I don't know the first steps to it, and there's no documentation unless you're a verified modder. The documentation is, the thing is, there's a couple of ways you can go about it, Focus. So one way, obviously, would be to check some, like, videos. There's YouTubers and stuff that have done stuff like that. Option 2 would be to hit up a mod author. One of the ones that, like, it does something similar to what you do. Option 3 is you have to dive into the depths of depravity and join a specific Discord, which I don't know if you're ready for that. All right, let's check this out. View. All right, so let's see what we got. So favorite ships, loading ships. Please wait. Oh, the Kirov 4. PC, why doesn't the script extender work in console? So basically, if what I can remember, the script extender allows the game to do a lot of things. Like it can read things. Got kicked out from the man himself. Oh, can we give Cosmic an award? Congratulations, Cosmic. You're now my favorite. Well, so I just joined the VC to get the documentation. I've only looked at a handful of items. It's not as... Yeah, from what I've heard from a lot of VCs, it's very fucking limited. Like, it's very limited. But yeah, so basically the way it seems to work is that the script extender allows the game to access files outside of what it can normally do, I believe. And Xbox doesn't currently allow external files. Now, that's not to say that Bethesda could potentially make something like that, but then Bethesda could also make a way around it, whether they'll do that or not. Right, so let's do some ship reviews here, brief ones. So we got the Kirov. That's a vanilla ship, right? I feel like that's a vanilla ship. I like this. Why do I feel like this doesn't actually exist in the game? Got the Kirov, the Claymore. Okay, yeah, the Kirov is just the Claymore. Claymore is very nice. You got the Chimera. Now that's a fucking vessel. Hell yeah. Look at that sexy beast. That's such a nice ship. You need to export something to Papyrus, like start a quest, then you have to quest export on a modder, so you know. I know if you, speaking of J Ramos, if you check, J Ramos does a lot of stuff when it comes to kind of teaching. I watched some of his tutorials and then I was like, I'm not intelligent enough for this. Nikirov. I don't think it exists in game. I think it's in the files, but it was removed. My guess is like a lot of things that were in the game, because it's like Russian themed, they probably didn't want to, which is a weird one because it's like it's a non-modified version of the Claymore, you know, so it's kind of a GG. The crossbow, very nice. If you just type in J Ramos on YouTube, he has stuff. I got kicked because they followed me to another Discord and saw me complain. Jesus Christ, fuck me. That's a bit extreme. Also, like, isn't that like a lot of times, like, isn't that like kind of not illegal, but it's like kind of unethical? The Dirge is your favorite ship. Interesting. I'm not opposed to the Dirge. You know, maybe it's just me. I really wish House of Rune had a you know, like a snake skin. Yes, that is it. Focus. Like you know, like a kind of a snake skin like design would look fucking sick. I think we can't do that. What else we got? The Vanquisher. Oh, look at that. The Vanquisher. Stroud is like, do you want pancakes? Do you like the do you like the Asp Explorer from thingy? From Conspiracy Summer for the Ruined Ships. Need to. Ooh, Vista. Very nice. That's. I don't think the vanilla Vista look like that. I don't think it does. That's not a vanilla Vista. It does look like that? What the fuck? Yeah, I was gonna say the Asp Explorer, fun fact. Asp Explorer is a ship in Elite Dangerous, and it's basically, imagine like something like this, but a little bit smaller, right? Cool ship. It's Elite Dangerous. However, Crimson likes Elite Dangerous, and Crimson's very good at Elite Dangerous. However, biggest problem with Elite Dangerous is Crimson doesn't dock manually. And I had recently bought a cutter, and I was using my cutter, very expensive ship, by the way. Cutter's the most expensive ship in the game. Back when I played, it was like over several hundred million. And I was using my docker to auto dock, and I was kind of looking away. And an aspect, so in Elite Dangerous, all of the stations have like the mail slot. It's basically like what it sounds like, a big kind of mail slot. It's usually only big enough that one ship can fit in at a time. The Asp Explorer, which again, it has a profile like this, right? It would have no problem flying in at this angle, but it decided to basically park like that and block the door. My ship, my docker hit it, because again, I was using a docking computer, which means I wasn't flying. And the station like assigned me a crime bounty because I apparently hit it. And then it shot me down, and I didn't have the insurance because I had just bought it. And I stopped playing the game for a week, and then I hit up Frontier Dev. And I was like, I want my money back. That was bullshit. And they gave me my money back, which is very nice of them. But yeah, I fucking hate that ship. Every time I see that ship, I'm just like, oh God, it's one of them. Probably she has a starter ship, but not exactly as a base model build off it. Mini Vanquisher makes that very true. Right, so we got unique ships. What unique ships? We got 26 unique ships. To be fair, in that situation, that's valid. I played around the time when like there was a lot of like exploits to get a lot of money, so I accumulated a lot of money very fucking quickly, and then I spent a lot of it very quickly. Like I think I had close to $1 billion in assets. I had like one of the big every one of the big three. Razorleaf, okay, nice. The Frontier. Guys, I just thought of an amazing fucking thing. Have we ever done a challenge where you have to rebuild the Frontier from a different manufacturer? That sounds like a great fucking challenge. Kevlar all the way. Yeah, passenger jobs are fucking amazing, and they're so fucking simple. Missed the puddle glitch, Nikila. I don't think I ever did the puddle glitch. Kepler. The Kepler S is a very nice fucking ship. And honestly, I would say one of the nicest looking ships in Starfield, in my opinion. That's what I mean. Like, imagine Deimos Frontier. A Tayo one is going to be tricky. Because Tayo is Tayo. We'll have to do one. To give, oh my god, yeah, this is like Jesus Christ, right? Like, people like, look, I will say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And like, people say my ship builds are ugly. This is beyond fucking ugly. Like, beyond ugly. Jesus, the Wanderwell is really fucking cool. That's the one from the perk, isn't it? Like, look at this thing. It's so fucking big. Oh, yeah, no, it is too much fucking everything, but it's so funny. Prison shuttle. I actually quite like this, although... Interesting, like... I suppose it makes sense when I think of it that none of this is really like UC aside from the one hab in the middle. And that's probably because, like, you think, like, generally speaking, when it comes to prison stuff, don't they tend to just buy the cheapest shit going? The Jade, now that's a nice, this is a really nice ship. I absolutely love ships like that are kind of have that prow to them. I don't know what it is, but something about, like, when you're making kind of a ship that kind of throws itself into the void, you know? Having a prow on the loading screen. The yellow ship looks super nice industrial. Oh! I know what you mean. Where's my good man? I will show you. Do I have a picture of it? Creations. Photo gallery. Do I have a picture of it? Oh, I don't think I have a picture of it. No, I don't have a picture of it. No! That's the freighter. It's... So let me actually... I can spawn one real quick. Hold on now. Give me a second. I want to show Wiz. This is a really cool ship. Cargo link. Can I don't know if it'll let me, but I'll try. Do I need 2 to spawn it? I think I need 2 to spawn it, don't I? Luxury textiles. What do I need to build these? For the cargo link, I need 0 wire iron. Can I, like... There's no way I can build 2 of these, right? That wouldn't work. We're gonna have to really... I want to just... Give me 1 second, guys. Hello there, hollow welcomes. What do I need? I need iron, beryllium, aluminum, iron, beryllium, aluminum, and 0 wire. Let me grab some of them. Iron, beryllium, aluminum. And for anyone that's gonna bully me, that's aluminum, not aluminium. They're spelled different. Iron, what is it? Beryllium? Iron, beryllium, aluminum. What was it? Iron, aluminum. Hello, what? Iron, beryllium, and 0 wire. Okay. 0 wire. Hello there, Fizz. We're checking out some free mods, basically looking at ships. How are you doing on this fine afternoon? Oh, shit. Fuck. No kit bashing. We do kit bashing is going to be free. I have standards. And that standards is on the floor when ship parts are involved. Let's really quickly make a second outpost. Ooh. Oh, monster. The only good monster is... Oh my god, I'm so saddened. I spent like 6 quid on a fucking pack of 8 of the Pepsi. Have you tried the new Pepsi Fizz? The, like, strawberries and cream? It tasted fucking disgusting. Now we put this here. Yeah, it's fucking deplorable, right? So ship come down. So we're gonna send... we're gonna... Yes, that link, thank you. Thank you. Link. Yes. Here it comes. Da-da-da. Where can you get what from? Sickest? I built this ship, by the way. Fun fact, this ship is not like an actual functioning ship. It was very sweet and very disgusting. So this... Is this the ship you're talking about? I got it in Tesco. Is this the ship you're talking about, Wiz? Oh, did they update it? I swear it wasn't always functional. Yeah, this is it. It's a really cool ship. And one that you have to build yourself. She's sleeping. Oh. Let's reload the save. She's hard at work, as they say. All right, let's go back and look at the ships. Hey, don't be bullying my ship. My ship looks very sexy. It's not, I don't mind strawberries and cream. I think the biggest problem is that it tastes neither of Pepsi, nor strawberries, nor cream. It just kind of tastes sickly sweet, which is not a vibe, as they say in the business. Why don't you pronounce it beryllium? Because is that how it's spelled? What? Is that what it's... No, it's beryllium. That's how you spell it, right? Taste. See, I've never been a fan of squishies, which weirdly is a weird one because I'm a fat ass. I have... My cousin said it tastes a bit like that, and a couple of family members have kind of said similar. Personally, I think it's... Cream soda is palatable. This is not palatable by any stretch of the imagination. But it's like very sweet. If you like really sweet stuff, you like it. It does taste a bit dodge. There's the Wanderlust. I said maybe. Avoid the Pepsi creamy Coke. Oh, see, I'm not a fan of any of them like cherry Coke, vanilla Coke shit. Like, I'm like, nah, bro. Gimme Coke. The Doomass. Now, this is a nice ship. Is this a slipstream? Slipstream? I think this is a splitstream. Slip fucking words. Oh, we got two versions of the Doomass. Okay, what's the difference? There's no difference. Okay, cool. Oh, because the Doomass can technically be loads of different ships. Interesting. So that's... I've never had Cold and Lime. I feel like that'd be kind of decent. Pepsi Zero or Coke Zero. Yeah, Pepsi Max is what we have over here. So they're two slipstreams. That is a... What is this called? Oh, hold on now. I know the name of it. It's like something like the Navigator or something. What's it called? It's not it's like a weird name. That is thank you, the Venture. What is this? Is this a pelican? I don't think it's a dolphin. It might be a dolphin, actually. Fucking look at the site. You're not wrong. No, Dr. Pepper's dog shit. Dr. Pepper's dog shit. See, we don't have... Our Tesco is a bit backwards, Fizz. We don't have much Tango. I only got Tango once because we have an Iceland close to us. Now, I didn't. I really like Tango, but the Iceland shut down. But apparently, it's supposed to be coming back. See, I'm all about them low-calorie drinks. Just like ones that are palatable. What's your favorite flavor, or what's your are you how would you rate would you be a Club Orange drinker, Fish? I will say Club Orange is infinitely superior to there's the Hellhound, one of the there's one of the rarest ship in the game. Yeah, no, Club Orange is far better than Fanta, far better. Club Orange is real orange. I mean, saying that nowadays, I don't even think it's Irish anymore, to be fair. This is like the ship you get when you complete the Crimson Fleet, but I believe you have to buy it. It's an interesting looking ship. Club Shandy's not bad. You ever seen a Hellhound Ace? You complete the Crimson Fleet quest line. Best monster flavor, low calorie version, Strawberry Dream. Normal version, I fucking love the Viking Berry. Yes, Fanta was the Germans. Your people, although I feel like is it insult? That's probably really insult. I apologize, Wiz. I'm not trying to insinuate that your people instantly become Nazis. Although, was it Nazis that created Fanta specifically? I know it was a German alter. It probably was. I feel like it definitely was. Buys what Mona sent me Iron Brew. I've tried Iron Brew once or twice, and thankfully Mona's not here to bully me. But it just kind of tastes like a weaker Lucozade, which is probably sacrilege. Murasami, the Narwhal, everyone and their mother always grabs this ship because I believe it's the most expensive ship in the game. The Shackleton. I like the Shackleton, nice and simple. The Shield Breaker. Nice, nice. The Silent Runner. This is a weird looking ship, but I like it. I don't... Stronghold. Has anyone ever seen Relentless? We don't have much Relentless over here. Relentless is the most... Is that the one that's like higher caffeine? There's like a ship you can get. Or not, you can't get. In the Hope Tech building, there's on the wall, there's a really big ship that looks like a stronghold, but it's extra big and not buildable, which is quite interesting. You know what I've really liked, I haven't drank in a while, Fizz? You know the Energize, like the poor man's like Powerade? They were used to be €1 each, now they're more expensive. Not all of them. We don't have any British Isles necessarily, like things are just kind of split between everything. Also, they had none of those fingers. Hello, Lee. They increased the price of it. It went up to like 150, and I was like, no. €1 for like an isotonic or isotropic? Isotonic sports drink, very nice. Now you may be thinking, sports. Yes. This is interesting. It's a completely different design to any of the other ships. Wonder if the Schrödinger ship is any good. Shortly after it's built, so it's a great ship and terrible one until we can finally fry it. Oh, you're making a joke. I thought like there was a real ship called the Schrödinger. It was like, bad DLC ships. 20 Terran Armada ships? Excuse me? Yeah, no, I know it's the Vanguard. Boudica. Oh, it's going to be the Boudica 3. The Cyrus 3. Saladin 3. Scipio 3. Shaka. Commerce only goes to 2, right? Yeah, Trajan 2, Trajan 3. Interesting. Where are you? What else we got? Watchtower Trackers Alliance DLC is 3 ships, but I don't have it installed. Bye, Freestar. Blizzard insists sitting on their arse and playing as a sport. I will die on this hill. I will say, like, any sort of, like, if you drink, I never got having any drink when you just say it. I mean, I was literally about, that's valid. The thing is, with gaming and stuff, there probably, like, there's probably some scientific evidence that, like, caffeine and stuff can definitely help. I've quite a few. Sickest, if you throw out any types of mods you're interested in, I can throw you some. Like, for me, I find that it's probably more placebo. Like sports drinks, yeah, there's no need. You don't need like some sort of like hydrating isotonic drink. Caffeine potentially, because caffeine helps the brain as much as it helps, you know, everything. The only problem with caffeine is you end up kind of getting hit with a, you know, like you get kind of hit with the downer, I suppose. Oh, I'll have to. I was only in I like Lucozade. Lucozade gets the job done. It's very nice. Immersion mods. Okay, I reviewed 2 immersion mods recently. One basically lets you fly really close to planets. It's like really cool cinematically. There's another one that makes it so that you can like when you enter POIs, they keep the POI or they keep the gravity. I'm trying to think off the top of my head what are some good free ones. Overhaul, I believe, is free, if I'm correct. Aim better than FPS. I'm like Sonic on quick scope and probably drank Lucasade if you're real. Yeah, see, Lucasade started off as something like that. For anyone not familiar, Lucasade is like a kind of a reddish orange sparkling drink that came about medicinally. Used to come in a glass bottle. It's made of glucose, which I mean, that's just sugar, but I don't know if it's like different in the sugar they have in like other drinks. If they had Mech Starfield, would you like Battle Arena would be quite cool. But I don't know like how plausible it would be. There's a lot of cool ships. Let me check this, right? Other faction ships. Crimson Fleet. Spacers. What ships does Spacers have? Ba-da-da. Oh, a little raccoon is so cute. Raven. Raven 2, Raven 3, Scarab, Scarab 2, Scarab 3. What? Visor 3. Interesting. Lots to make it work. I would like... I mean, I will say, I don't... That's just the tier of them. We can check that. To be fair, Fizz, I don't mind if Bethesda make paid content as long as it's like actual content and not pay £5 to get a fucking... like to get a tube top mining outfit. That's where I feel like it's probably quite contradictory, because like, you know, like I'll sit there and be like, you know, you should be careful what paid mods you buy, because not all paid mods are worth it in my opinion. I haven't seen a vulture in a long time. However, I would have no problem throwing money at Bethesda. What another one? Ramoon. Where do you buy them? I'm not familiar with that. So the Starboard ones, it's just gonna basically be different versions of it. There's the Helix 2, the Helix 3, the Helix 4, the Scorpius. Invisible? What the fuck? No chance they're gonna do that. I've seen people getting very angry at 76 again, which just always seems to happen. Galbank ships. For short stories, what would you pay? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, no, hopefully this new update, the update was supposed to, they said news was coming this week. Now, technically this week hasn't ended. We're probably going to get the, like, update at fucking 11:59 fucking PM Sunday night. I mean, I think for smaller, like, stuff, I wouldn't mind paying, like, 5 to 10 quid, depending on what it is. Like, I think Bethesda should go back to their old kind of system where, like, smaller DLCs, like, say, Dragon or Dawn Guard, right? Something that, like, adds, like, new content and stuff, maybe, like, between 10 to 15, even 20, I wouldn't mind paying. Like, very small kind of micro things like Automatron, you know, like the Robot Workshop, easily under a 10. And then expansions, I have no problem paying like 30, 40 quid for expansions. Now, obviously, that's not going to be everyone, because as always, when it comes to money, everyone's going to be different. However, I always kind of look back to the fact that there's a lot of people like spending money on questionable paid mods when they could be spending money on semi-questionable Bethesda content. Oh, I might have to check that out. So what has it to be at the bare minimum? I mean, if it's like story, see... The thing is, the more I've refunded the game, Crimson, I mean, that's valid. I really want to play Crimson Desert. I need to play it. Like, story-related DLC, even if it's smaller scale, I don't mind paying more for, just because I realize that it's probably harder to create, or not harder, but it's more time-consuming to create. Like, I think realistically, like here's an example, right? Like, if we're picking let me think of like an interesting faction, right? Like, let's say like they add let's say they were to add I'm trying to think of actually, because I was gonna say list as a faction story, but like that's kind of more Outpost. Like, yeah, that's not actually a bad thing. Like, let's say they made like a DLC and it was focused around list, right? You had like maybe like 2 or 3 or no, let's say you had about an hour of like content in terms of story content, like just missions, kind of, you know, you get your permission to kind of make list colonies and stuff, and you kind of, it's basically just a tutorial. And then they add a load of new Outpost stuff. Like, I wouldn't mind paying 10 to 15 quid for that. Same with like ship parts. Like, if they were to add like, you know, like ship builder configurator, the mod where you can like tweak things, I would mind paying 10 quid for like, you know, like a very simple story related quest where it's like, oh, there's a star yard that like is looking for like a new owner, and you buy it and it like teaches you the insight on why they dropped the game with constant stutter and push mods that aren't compatible. I honestly, Fizz, I think it's see, I would like to say money, and there's definitely some truth to that. However, I think it's a mix of miscommunication and incompetence. Like, much like how the Fallout 4 drop was very much done to cash in on the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition was done to cash in on the TV show and stuff and paid mods. I feel like that was not ready when it should have been, and ultimately the higher-ups, the suits, were basically like, we need to do it now. And you see that with a lot of games. Like, if you look at Battlefield, there's been a lot of people making the argument / thing that Battlefield is now feeling like a true Battlefield game, and it chose to launch early and missed a lot of core features because they realized GTA is coming out this year and they needed to push it, you know, back. The year still getting fucked over because Bethesda. Well, the thing is, the mod stuff, yeah, no, it does seem like that. But the issue with like mod stuff, where's this thing? Hello? Where is this? I jumped to it. The issue with like the mod stuff, it's a lost cause. Now, there's definitely some great mods, like paid mods, that come out of that, but there's also a lot of very questionable ones. And I think the best we can hope for is that, you know, the best case scenario is, instead of you buying these questionable mods, you come and watch me complain about them so we can at least get some joy. Where the fuck is this thing? Hello? Huh? Where the fuck am I? I'd say 2 per single story mission, deals with depending on the length of story and game mechanic. Yes, I mean, if it kind of goes both, do you think the base game should have been held back and unplayable? See, the thing is, right, is why is this not working? Do I have to, how did I get here? All right, we're gonna have to restart our game. Give me a second. So with Starfield, I don't think Starfield is a case of holding the game back, because Starfield lacked a lot of the features that baseline Bethesda games have, and that's because they were trying something different. I think that Starfield, like 76, is a game that needs to evolve based on how the player base interpret it or want it. Like, it's very clear that Bethesda had very few ideas for like anything, even like the Terran Armada, like as a faction, while cool, there is no reference to them in the lore at all prior to, you know, that. So that was something that they kind of came up with themselves. And again, like 76, so I don't, no matter how far they postponed it, the only way that would have worked realistically is if they were to show the game to specific people and get feedback. But even then, that's not going to do much, because a lot of the people playing Starfield now and enjoying Starfield now are not people that would have probably played Bethesda games, or like they wouldn't have liked them. Thank you very much for things so I can avoid buying them. Thank you. Appreciate the donation. Consumer reports. I think EV update with salvage missions will be legit users. I agree 100%. There is a mod that does that, the Star Conglomerate one, and I will say, to be fair to it, that mod is extremely well done. Now, they apparently came back, and they're like working on kind of like, I think they're maybe going to improve upon it. Should be able to charge single story, maybe they should. Well, see, that's the thing too, like, it's, I don't know, I think Bethesda, see, I'm spitballing here because we don't know the truth, right? But part of me thinks that Bethesda put this out, right? Assuming that a lot of people wouldn't probably pick it up, right? And it was going to be a game that was more of an experiment. And it would have like a core audience of people that would enjoy it, but that audience would be a lot smaller. And then they were hoping to kind of evolve it. I think they probably thought, like, with how 76 turned out, that they could definitely do that. However, that is a problem because, like, no matter who you are, Bethesda need to realize that whenever Bethesda put out a game, people are expecting the Bethesda level. They're expecting the guys that made Fallout, the guys that made Elder Scrolls, you know what I mean? And those guys were absent, it seems, a lot of the time. Don't like that they made it loot. See, I understand, though, why they made it a looter shooter, Paul, because they want you to kind of play the game as much as possible. Also, why is this not working? What the fuck? Hello? Why is it not working? Let me jump clear real quick. Like, as somebody who loves Destiny, I love kind of... Hello, Brandon. It does seem we'll be getting an update tomorrow. Why, did they say something? So, like... Fallout became 76. Elder Scrolls became Elder Scrolls Online. They would tend to make Starfield Online. To be honest, I wouldn't agree with that assessment. Fallout 76 was their attempt at making a cooperative Bethesda game, which is what they've always wanted to do. Like, if you look at every time they've mentioned, like, making a game, they've always, like, been like, can we add co-op to this? And Fallout 76 was their attempt at making it. Elder Scrolls Online is a completely different company it's a completely different game developed by a completely different studio. And honestly, I think that Elder Scrolls Online has been carrying the Elder Scrolls community and lore, or like kind of the banner, I suppose, for a long time. And they did like a really good one. Good job. Now, I don't know these days if they're kind of doing that. Where the fuck is that the star station there? That it? Where am I going? I don't know. No, but they don't update on Fridays. Tomorrow is the last day for them to have leg room just in case something breaks. Good fuck's sake. Feel like it's a freemium game where they give you just enough story and addicted. What do you mean now? You talking about Fallout? Or are you talking about 70? Because you're describing 76. See, the thing is, Fizz, right? If you peel back Starfield, right, and you look at Starfield, if you took the Bethesda name away from Starfield, it really does feel like they were attempting to... Why does this not work? It really does feel like they were attempting to make a cooperative game, right? Like, if you look at, like, say, a lot of these kind of early access survival games, like Space Engineer is a great example, in that the sandbox is there and it's up to the player to kind of do stuff. That would explain, like, let's say, for, like, you look at Starfield as a whole, you take away the stories, because the stories, while interesting, they're kind of a weak point a lot of the time. Like, having all of these areas to explore, imagine it like a server with, like, 60 people, and having, like, PvE and maybe PvP would be extremely fucking cool. However, once again, Bethesda would fail it, because the only reason 76 initially got the hype was because it was Fallout. Nowadays, there's probably a lot of people playing 76 that just enjoy the fact of what it is, you know? Whereas Starfield, Bethesda would have to work overdrive to kind of draw in people. You could, like I said from the beginning, like, Bethesda should have been, the sandbox itself, that's what I mean. A lot of this stuff is weak. However, if you're looking at this from the perspective of, like, it being a kind of a, you know, like a multiplayer game, it doesn't have to be strong. And then they could expand it. Like, look at Elite Dangerous. You know, like, Elite Dangerous is a great game, but it has a very minimal story, very minimal going on. Obviously, it's a different game. I have noticed that, Brandon. But yeah, I don't know, I think it would have been cool to see, but I want them to focus on just this game, obviously, and, like, get it working. But even, like, Bethesda should have been pushing this game way harder, and they, see, right. I am a gamer, right? I'm not a developer, okay? However, I know two things, okay? One, anyone who is interested in space games and likes the idea of a kind of a first-person immersive space shooty bang bang game, they want to play Star Citizen. And either there's two reasons they won't play it. Either one, they realize it's a pyramid scheme, or two, they don't have a PC powerful enough, right? So that means there is a large window of people who would love to kind of experience that sort of realistic-y kind of space sim, right? Now, you had Elite Dangerous, and Elite Dangerous was a really good alternative to that. However, Frontier, for whatever fucking reason, shot themselves in the foot and stepped away from Xbox or the console building, right? So console players have no real. If you want to play like kind of a game where you're flying in spaceships and stuff, there's not really that many there. And if Bethesda had have focused on that element of Starfield and really hammed in the fact that, you know, like, you're going to be able to build your own ships and stuff, they probably would have drawn a lot more to it, and but they didn't. Like, even the ship parts, we got like 10 new ship parts.
You're good to go. Have a nice time in Aquila City.
Letter Starfield is now in state mastering Andromeda was. BioWare stopped updating it. If it released in the condition matters. If it had released in this condition, matters would now be better. I think some definitely would, but the thing with Bethesda games is you're looking for, and Paul says it very well there, you're looking for role play. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Bethesda games are like the biggest like in role play ever. They're not really. Fallout 4 was more of an action shooter and stuff. But it seems like every Bethesda title, they start moving away from roleplay and going more to action RPG with stuff, you know? Like, a lot of the elements of the power fantasy of Starfield doesn't exist. The powers are fucking dog shit. Like, beyond dog shit. There's like a handful of them that are... Hello, Tiber. There's a handful of them that are good, but the vast majority are very questionable. Like, the dialogue system... non-existent. The persuasion system, what the fuck is that? Why invest in perks if it's still a random chance? Weapons, like, I think they did a good job with some of the weapons and stuff. The armor's kind of cool, but they're lacking. Yeah, like, not to mention, like, the class/build system is gone the route of Fallout. You only start to see, like, build variety when you kind of get into the, like, level 50 plus, and even then, like, what are you gonna do? Like, explosives, they don't work on higher difficulties. Grenades are dog shit. Melee is dog shit. Unarmed is non-existent. Pistol builds are okay.
What you need one of those for?
You two completely detached discussions. Like... the only way you can really play this, and when I mean play this, I mean, you know, like a build that feels satisfying, is your usual stealth archer. And then, I mean, your standard, like, rifleman is okay. And, like, the shot, like, they're okay, but, like, there's nothing satisfying about them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel power. Like, they could have really alleviated some of that kind of gameplay loop badassery by having kill cams and, like, kill animations and stuff, you know? Like, even just the ability to, like, knock players out, or, like, not knock players, but you know what I mean? Like, kill NPCs that way, be like, bam, you're dead. Alright, so this mob we're checking out adds windmills to Aquila City and trains. There's Thomas the Tank Engine over there. This is fucking sick. Spend money. I surrender, they moved away from the role. Well, the thing is, and I will say if it is, like, when it comes to every fan base, right? You're going to have dodgy individuals, the degenerates. Now, when it comes to Halo, I like to call those degenerates the fuckers that, like, won't accept that sprinting is fine for Spartans. With fantasy games, you're always going to get, you know, people that are a little bit more depraved. You know, the people that enjoy some of the more XXX mods. And, like, I'm not going to kink shame, but to each their own. But I feel like if Bethesda tried to move away from the role-playing thing, I don't think... I believe so. Let me... oh, it's not going to tell me. It's... yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. No, I'm not a degenerate. What the fuck? How dare you? I will say after playing like playing Kingdom Come Deliverance and stuff, I do worry. Yeah, big part exactly. After playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, I feel like Bethesda needs to kind of go back to what it was best at doing, and that was making a role-playing game that didn't. And I've never played the originals, right? I've never played Morrowind. I know Morrowind is like really hard, and even though I played Baldur's Gate and I really enjoyed it, like Bethesda at the core, the role-playing games are where you can kind of switch it up on the fly and you're not limited to like specific stuff. Bethesda games have been dark. Fallout 3 was very dark. Fallout 4 was somewhat dark, but not as dark. Elder Scrolls games weren't usually dark, to my knowledge, but then I haven't played doing anything anymore. That's what I mean. They definitely have been like dethroned and stuff, but I think that they can still like kind of go back to what their niche was, like what I was saying. Hello, Guilty, by the way. Well, we also do rely on modders, and like that's obviously it is great that there is like modders here that like want to. Yeah, no choices. You can make really dark choices. You can blow up towns. You can enslave people. You can enslave children. Like you can basically do everything. Most things that like that. Let's just say that it would make your granny probably shit herself. You know, like obviously you can't do the super dodgy things like some of the depraved shit. To be fair to Fizz Styles, I know what it seems like, but Fizz is kind of in a similar kind of boat to Mona, where like they tend to like to jump into like kind of like Discord communities and chat to people and chat about lore and stuff. And the problem with Starfield is like, I mean, we already know that there's people out there that like to bully like mod authors and bully like reviewers and stuff because they have an opinion they disagree with. You can imagine how dodgy it gets when you kind of get into the mods that are not on Xbox, if you catch my drift. I don't think it would be good to say standards studios. I mean, the thing is, I don't disagree, but you know, I'm still this performance of this is not the best. My Xbox is about to take off. I only bully bullies. No problem. Well, that's how it goes in games where you're more powerful than enemies. Well, I think, like, I don't mind that, but again, I think that Bethesda games allowed you to be as powerful or as weak as possible. Like, I will say, I think that in Skyrim, remember I tried to do a stream with Skyrim on like legendary difficulty. I got my shit kicked in. Like I could play Fallout and Elder Scrolls on the highest difficulty, or Fallout and Starfield on the highest difficulty possible. No bother. Elder Scrolls, like who fucking designed this? You know what I mean? Me start with the shipbuilder. Honestly, that's kind of how I see it too. Like that's what I latch on the most. Like I like the shipbuilder. I think the shipbuilder is really cool. I think if Bethesda could tweak the shipbuilder to make it easier to kind of import stuff and like add in new parts and, you know, be able to kind of customize to your heart's content, overhaul the Outpost system so that it's not dog shit. And then once you have those core features done, then they can start like, then the game, in my opinion, the game is at a kind of a good point. Then they can start adding story stuff, because I think that's the thing you want to see. You want, like, I want this game's story to improve. I want to know more lore. I want to learn more about, like, House Faroon. I want to learn more about the Unity. I want to learn more about, like, the Ecliptics. Where did they come from? Like, the Spacers. Let's, like, talk about specific, you know, the different factions of the Spacers. Like, Spacers are just kind of seen as, like, the generic bad guys, like the Raiders. But if you remember, Bandits in Skyrim and Raiders in Fallout 4, like, had different, like, lore and backstory. Now, obviously, it's been a while since I've kind of fully dived into it, but I don't believe the Spacers have a lot going for them. There's a couple of quests, obviously, and, like, little bits of lore that are tied to the whatchamacallit, the Mantis, but I like don't, you know, it's like Bethesda tried to do too much, and that's the problem, you know, and like they didn't even like add enough of the good stuff. Like, where's my ship parts? Give me my ship parts. Well, the thing is, Revan, it does, and that is true, but it doesn't even have to be perfect, right? Is it stuttering for you guys too? I can't tell. To be honest, Alien, and obviously I'm not trying to, you know, but the way I have seen stuff on my end, I have seen mod authors that are verified creators from Bethesda insult not only myself, but other members of the community. And the argument is definitely there, right? Like that, you know, like the community is not, you know, like it's not the up to Bethesda, and there is some truth to that. However, there's a lot of games, right, where the community has completely destroyed the game's reputation because the developers failed to act. Look at Helldivers. I don't know if Helldivers ever got to a good point. I know there was a lot of stuff, you know, and that's obviously just like, again, like even in the Bethesda main Discord, there's like, it's like fucking, God forbid if you go into the Bethesda Discord and have like genuine criticisms or like questions about, you know, like the game, because you only seem to get one sort of people. And like, I get that. Look, not everyone has to accept that this game is flawed, and not everyone has to accept this game is amazing. But a lot of it ends up just falling. I mean, it all comes down to Bethesda, the shitty paid mods, the lack of communication. Like, it all is a Bethesda problem at the end of the day. I mean, I can sweep myself, to be fair, but like, you also have to realize, Fizz, you're coming off a bit strong. I get what you're saying, but that's because I know. Oh, yes, definitely. I'm gonna fucking be playing Subnautica. Damn right am I gonna be playing Subnautica. Toxic positivity, I do agree. I think it's just as bad, if not worse, than toxic negativity. Like, I think that toxic, like, and don't get me wrong, like, I love this game. I think this game is an amazing game. I think it's phenomenal. However, in the same vein, it has some fucking questionable dog shit, right? And it bothers me. Hello there, Kieran. When I like open my TikTok, which that's the first problem, Crimson, you're on fucking TikTok, you moron. But I like open my TikTok, and I will see people talking. It is co-op. People talking about how like Starfield like is such an overhated game, and like and look again. Here's the thing, right? If you think Starfield is the greatest game ever, that is perfectly fine, right? But people have to realize we live in a world where if you put your opinion out there on the internet, right, people are going to respond. Now, that could be positive or that could be negative. And my God, there's a lot of bullshit like that. Like, I think Starfield's a lot of great, you know, stuff to it. But anyone that thinks that like the criticism is unwarranted and stuff, like, I just don't know what to tell you. But then you see it both ways, you know, like Battlefield got a new update. One of the things people have been complaining about Battlefield is like maps are too small. We finally get a big fucking map for the first time in ages, and people are complaining about it. Like, and that's the thing with fans. Fans are fucking morons a lot of the time, right? You can't listen to all of them. You can't. Like, you can't even listen to the majority of them. That's why I always like that whole thing of, you know, when developers make games they enjoy playing, because if other people like them, fair enough. Well, I think in regards to what it does, but there is validity to it. Moaning for the sake of moaning. I mean, it also depends on like who we're moaning, you know, who we're moaning to. I read it was obnoxious during the lead up to Freelance during launch. I mean, even kind of now, like the Starfield Reddit can be obnoxious, and I mean, it's again, it's hard because we as people cannot be very objective. A bias will always leach in, and I get it. I can be biased as hell, you know. I've been letting my biases run wild recently when I fire shots at certain mods. People online just want to argue, and that is a lot of the thing. I don't improve without. Well, no, I think. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it doesn't. No, when did I say that? No, God, no. No, I think that you need criticism. You need to be critical of something because like nothing will ever be perfect, right? See, I think the thing is, right, is there's two kind of people in our little Starfield community, and I just mean our little community. There's like people who are, let's say, they're more kind of easygoing, where they're like, I enjoy the game, I realize it has like criticism stuff, but I'm gonna like focus on the positives. I'm not gonna look at the negatives, I'm not gonna ignore the negatives, you know, I'm just gonna focus on the positive, and that's perfectly fine. You know, ultimately, you do what you want to do, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. However, there's also people who are a little bit more kind of negative and critical because they want the game to be better than it is, right? And I think that those people will kind of, they look to the negative more than the positive because they believe that the negatives completely outweigh the positive. And when it comes to Starfield, I don't know, I think there's definitely positives. I think that if there wasn't a fucking shipbuilder, I don't think I'd be playing this game as long as I did. Hey, don't be disrespecting Apple. Yeah, this is a mod that, like, kind of adds some stuff. I mean, I don't think it's the greatest game ever. I enjoy the game. I do think Bethesda dropped the ball with it, but I don't know if... It's going to be hard to tell where if Bethesda is dropping... Like, let me show you the mod real quick, Sanders. If Bethesda dropped the ball on this because it's different to how they normally build games, it is Aquila Outskirts and Aquila Windmills. If it's, they're just like little kind of things. You can actually go into them, and to be honest with you, the performance is a little bit dog shit. It's not bad. But yeah, when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, we will know if, like, Bethesda can return to form. And I know there's the argument to be made that, like, what is returning to form? Because, like, when people started replaying the Oblivion remaster after so long and new people jumped into it, they were like, holy shit, this game has a lot of elements that are, like, far better than, like, Skyrim. And that's something I always said. Me critical and just... What the fuck? Why am I getting shots fired at me? What did I do? I'm trying to appease here. I'm trying to be the neutral party, you know? Plus my blood pressure can only go so high. You'd be glad to see the VC crossing lines get kicked out of the program to cook on their maturity level a bit. I would honestly be glad to see veteran creators crossing lines to get... The thing is, though, is they're like, what lines are there? You know what I mean? Like... I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to like be like big-headed Crimson here, right? But when a community that has a large percentage of verified creators in them is able to harass myself both privately behind the scenes and publicly on streams to try and bully me, and Bethesda does nothing. And I'm not expecting them to reach out and be like, we're so sorry, Crimson. Here's ship parts. That would be amazing, by the way. That'd be really amazing. But, like, not like nothing. You know what I mean? Like, there needs to be a standard. Like, I don't care, like, if a mod author is the most cocky son of a bitch on the planet and comes across cocky in how they present themselves. If their mod is good and they don't kind of cross that line... You know, but the problem is, and it's not just that, like, I see it constantly too. Like, I've seen, you know, references of like high up mod authors, you know, people in the verified, like, it doesn't, the thing is, it doesn't even go to like the level of people just like being dickheads. Like, look at Probe Tech. The dude's putting out, like, the only thing his content's good for these days, and it's ever been good for, is myself and our community getting a laugh out of it. And that's, to be honest with you, that kind of depresses me like a little bit. Because this is why, like, I'm very, it's like, a part of me obviously will always feel bad for Probe Tech, because he could be the nicest person ever, but then there's a part of me, it's like, fuck him, he's selling shit, you know? I mean, I would like to think it's that, but to be honest with you, I don't even know if it's that hollow, because I don't, like... My kind of take is... Storage platform. My kind of take has always been, like, if mod authors, like, if I have a kind of a... Like, I'm not gonna lie here, and, like, there's been mod authors I've chosen to not review because I don't like how they portray themselves. You know? There's been mod authors where, like, and when I mean portray themselves, I mean how they portray themselves online, to people, and I've just completely stopped reviewing their content. Like, you may notice I probably don't review as much content like as I used to do. There's a lot of mods where like I could easily have done reviews on, but I don't, and that's, again, there's definitely a bias in me, but I personally don't like promoting content that is a bit, you know. But yeah, it's a bit. We represent. See, that's what I mean. But like, but then ultimately, like, Prof, there is the I suppose the logical / pessimistic side, right? Is who gives a, you know, like, who gives a fuck in that essence? You know what I mean? Because Bethesda they're not pulling anyone back. They're not being like, hold on, guys. You know, they're not doing anything. So people are just gonna keep. They're just gonna keep doing what they do, and something will happen. I am like working on a video to kind of highlight some of the dodgy stuff. Where we got Louis through. We didn't get Louis through. That'd be fucking hilarious. Armor mods are just lazy. Ooh. Now, to be honest with you, I think that varies, Kieran, to what it is, right? Like, there's some awesome paid mods, and there's some awesome free mods when it comes to weapons. Weapons, there's different standards, right? You've got people that will kit bash weapons, right? There's people that will, there's people that will kit bash, or there's people that will, like, they'll buy weapons. This is where communication is a problem. There's people that will, like, buy weapons from, like, marketplaces and sell them very poorly in the game. There's people, like, you know, people who will create weapons from scratch, right? I think that a lot of that stuff is perfectly fine and good, you know? Armor, there's not a whole lot of people doing, like, full custom armor. To my knowledge, I gotta uninstall this mod. It's very glitchy. However, and I see, this is also the problem too, is just because you don't want to pay for a paid mod doesn't mean others won't, you know? Like, as much as I like to shit on ProbeTech and, like, Young Neil, and to an extent Gothos, if people, like, enjoy their shit, that's fine, you know? Like, yeah, you know what I mean? MechWarrior is more interesting, I'd say, but I'm biased because I'm sad. And that's exactly, you know, we're all biased. Whenever don't get the free mods, but there's a premium price, and see a Fallout pistol for $6. It was $6? Huh? Alien, I will say I haven't been fully keeping up for the conversation but what I'm assuming by the vial stuff, I would assume my Xbox slowed down. I'm assuming what Guilty means by that is there's a lot of verified creators that just kind of, Guilty, are you talking about like the of creators that are kind of in the mix and that just let shit happen for the sake of happening? My whole thing went fucking silent. Jesus Christ. Why did that go really fuck? That was really... okay, I would not recommend downloading that mod currently on an Xbox, okay? There may be slight problems with it. My God, that was fucking loud. Let me turn on my ship stuff and let's go shoot some enemies. Let me throw some other mods. What's in the spotlight? Stuff going on mod communities, and oh yeah, no, like, yeah, there's like I mean, Alien, I specifically reached out to Bethesda and told them about, like, the shit behind the scenes with the creators that have been harassing me and my friends for the last, like, year and a half. They didn't care. Like, to be fair to them, they took down the mod that, like, they took down the mod that where someone was mocking my death. But, and again, I'm not expecting them to be like, kick them out of the fucking program sort of shit. But at the very least, they should, like, you know, keep their people in line, because it's a bad precedent. You know what I mean? I mean, fucking hell, even me trying to fucking ask Bethesda about, like, stuff, they're just like, their phone shouldn't be buffering. What am I looking at here? What the fuck is this? Ba-da-da. Let me look at verified creators. Descending. What mod? Oh my god, it's gone so fucking quiet. Holy shit. Xbox is like, I can breathe. Can we like fucking like even like, to be honest with you, even things like that, like, I'm sorry, like, I'm not trying to, I like Wolfie. I think Wolfie is a cool gentleman. Definitely cool gentleman. However, right, there's a lot of paid mods I'm really excited to come to PlayStation because they would do well on PlayStation. You know, there's a big issue with them not coming to PlayStation. You know why that is? Because Wolfie wants to update his a million mods. And again, that's fine, you know, like, that's fine. Same with like Young Neil and fucking Gothos, but it's like, brother. And this isn't even like a necessarily firing shot at them. It always goes back to Bethesda. But it's like, can we like I would honestly, I don't think any PlayStation players are really excited for Ares fucking 5 or fucking Ruin or less XP. You know what I mean? Like, we want the good shit. I mean, that was nice. I think this came out. I think this is on PlayStation. I can't tell currently. Like, there's so many like good fucking mods that like need to be ported to PlayStation. And, like, it's taking fucking forever because, like, there's a lot of people in the program that don't deserve to be in the fucking program. Not saying that the people I mentioned are not deserving in the program. Young Neil doesn't deserve to be in the program. I'll say it here. It doesn't matter. What do we do? Is there anything here? Neon ramen. All right. But yeah, like, it's just, it always just comes back to Bethesda. Like, Bethesda could stop a lot of it, you know, like, if they were more aware of like who they had in their creations thingy, you know. Need a lollipop. What's a lollipop quaif? Be fair, that's what I mean. It is definitely on Bethesda. I'm 100% understanding that. But like, and this is nothing against Wolfie or anyone else, but I do think that, like, if Bethesda at the very least, right, are not going to be holding people to a higher standard necessarily, right, then if a mod author produces more than, say, like, I don't know, like, obviously it's such a vague thing, but let's say if a mod author is producing more than one paid mod a month, maybe Bethesda should be looking closely at what they're doing and determining whether their resources, the one guy, you know, Steve working QA, is better off working on, you know, QA testing that or QA testing ASC fucking Tayo. Side to PDAs and back to port. That was a huge Can anybody just like take it and just run with it? In general, it should be held to a higher standard, but it just can't be the community doing that. Bethesda. Oh no, 100%. Like 100%. It all falls back on Bethesda. That's always kind of how it is. Sadly, that's how it works in this business. Backlog of page zones, new mod. So I mean, there's a lot of new mods being held up. You know, like there's a lot of stuff that's being held up, and like I get it. Again, it all goes back on Bethesda. You know. And have Bethesda done anything? No, they haven't. Oh, question affirmative? What does that mean? Hello there, Techno Viking. I am a brick. Throw me. Not speak. He who knows does not speak. He who speak does not know. Are you saying that I don't know anything and I speak a lot? Because there could be accuracy to that. I'd love to hear an interview between me and King Gath. I mean, yeah. I am hoping, I'm definitely using this to bully you, Wiz. I'm hoping to do an interview with Wiz at some point. No pressure, obviously. Because, yeah. And the thing, too, is, like, obviously with Wolfie stuff, you know, he's getting requests and he's doing them. And I feel like Wolfie is going to get a lot of flack with it. There's a lot of people that probably be like, Wolfie, you're making a lot of paid mods, you know? And regardless of, you know, what your opinion is on him, Bethesda allowed it. And Bethesda are Bethesda are like, they're basically enabling these creators to be harassed and bullied. They're also enabling me to be bullied. Stop being bullied, being bumping me. But it's like the probe tech stuff. Like, I'm grateful because I feel like when I rant on probe tech and like the dodgy mods, they do great. But at the same time, I would have no problem. What did I download? I would have absolutely no problem if Bethesda were to be more strict. Kingath make very nice mouse. Very nice. Oh, fucking ground pounder, fuck off. Using a mysterious patch, by the way. No, Wiz, no fucking news. Bethesda's, again, we got like, what, like fucking 2 weeks potentially of them being like informative, and now they're gone back to silence. Hostile space doesn't value people. It's just that I've done it a lot. They people's time and money, so why should mod authors? The fuck, are they still the same? I mean, there's definitely some truth there. Let's fucking take them out. Oh shit, I've no weapons. Fuck. Oh shit. Fuck. Uh-oh. No problem. I feel like it needed to be done. Plateau. I definitely have to, violence is not the answer. In my case, it always is. Definitely gonna have to harass Kingath and see what information I can gather about his new stuff. Not that I'd tell anyone. But I'd probably brag about it. So, I mean, yeah, Kingath showed me cool stuff. Bet you guys would like to know. I wonder if it's the... He did tell me, like, when I first chatted to him about, like, Watchtower and stuff, and he, like, sent me the Watchtower to kind of play early and try out, he told me about some things, which I'm not going to mention. But he, like, had some ideas and stuff. I wonder if it's any of the ideas he mentioned. How would you like a spade? To be honest, like, that's kind of elements where, like, I would like to see... I think the problem with Starfield, and I know I'm kind of jumping off of that Hollow to kind of tone of thing. I think the problem ultimately with Starfield's modding system is there's people when they think paid mods, right? They are thinking stuff to the level of kind of what Bethesda used to do. Like, they're thinking kind of fully like quest mods, you know, like quest mods that are, you know, they've got new gear, new weapons, new armor, new ships, right? And like so far we've gotten very few of them, right? Thank you. Can you float over the struts? I can float over the struts, yeah. Using the demo struts. So, like, obviously, you can... You know, like, we've got some very talented weapon mod authors. We've got some very talented POI mod authors, very talented shipbuilders. I'm surprised that Bethesda, like, doesn't kind of corral them, you know, like X Factor style. And just kind of be like, you guys work really well together. Like, we have some ideas for, like, you know, some mods and stuff. Like, you know, we get, like, you know, you get the likes of Bub in, and Bub could make, like, the weapons for, like, a big kind of, you know, expansion mod. No problem with. You could have, like, Wiz making ship parts. You could have, like there's a few people that, like, do kind of the quest writing. Because I think the hardest part, in my opinion, when it comes to, like, the quest mods is, like, the writing has to be good. Doesn't have to be amazing, you know? Because we all know Bethesda's stuff isn't exactly amazing at times. I mean, some of it is fucking really good, and some of it's fucking dog shit. But yeah, like, imagine, like, a quest mod that adds, like, a new... to be fair, there's all... I don't think it would be unfair of me to say that Unoctium... And aside from obviously Kingath stuff, Unoctium and I want to say Skinny Tech Boy, to my knowledge, are probably some of the better ones at kind of doing the kind of companion / kind of story quests. Obviously, you've got the Almighty crew, and to be honest, they do a decent job, but I think they really lack kind of following that kind of lore and narrative. Like, I will say, Unoctium's Robin, like, I heard so much shit about that, like, you know, people going like, oh, it's so dog shit. I played through it, and I was like, this is, hello there, Barnow. I was like, this is really well done. Like, are people angry because it's just a character talking? That's what I want. Like, Starfield is filled with instances in which you just shoot shit till it dies. Like, I want morally complex, you know, characters. Like, there's not enough of that. Like, Delta is like a really cool companion in that he's kind of highlighting the fact that he's not a good robot. Like, it's comedic. And I think the fact that he's a robot probably... Why is my fucking FPS gone to fucking China? What the fuck? Hello? What are we doing here? What's the problem? Kind of like Gage, but even then, Gage is kind of just generic, you know? Like, I want a character that, like, is, you know, like, let's say they were a bad character that turned good, or a good character that turned bad. Like, fucking hell, just give me enemies that I can actually sympathize with, you know?
End of the line.
Like, the Spacers... Meh. Some more Starborn stuff would be cool, and obviously there's definitely rumors. Where the fuck am I going, by the way? How do I get down there? Oh, we got down the bottom. In ours, because he's inside Amanda Roll. Oh my god, why is my game literally shitting the bed? A space dog with an eye patch. Ow. You gotta be careful, Disney will come for you. You good, Cora? You good, Cora? Well, got me management world. Spend time doing the Others prove how a lot of devs are not to be taken seriously. Look at Helldivers. They said they couldn't make customization to the resources modders had it done. Well, to be fair though, in that case, Kieran, sometimes there is truth to that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of developers are like, they're going to be looking at their bottom line, you know? Like, it's not just, you know, they have to come up with something feasible. It'd be amazing if, like, you know, like games like Starfield had like infinite budget and the developers were like able to spend like, you know, months and months like R&Ding like new stuff. However, that's not possible. Like, you know, like, I'm guessing that like Free Lanes is probably the longest they could have taken. Now that's not all, you know, all developers. Like, look at the guys that make No Man's Sky. They do fucking crazy shit, and like, I don't even think the game still, I mean, it's still being sold and stuff, but like, I mean, to be fair, it's probably always getting new players. I forget that there's people born every day, you know, straight out of the womb, straight into, you know. All right, see you later, Hercules. Have a good one. But there is obviously some truth to that, right? Like, you have to realize that when it comes to Bethesda making a game, right? You remember when the game launched on Xbox, it was 30 FPS. They couldn't do 60 because reasons. Now, I'm guessing the reasons were Bethesda weren't fully aware of how far they could test the limits of the game. And then modders came in and kind of proved, yeah, you know, you can definitely do 60 FPS. It's not always going to be smooth, but it's going to be 60 FPS. It's the same with it's the same with like with, you know, other elements. Like, it's like the ship builder and stuff. Like, I genuinely believe that if Bethesda could work on making the HABs a little bit less labor intensive, you could do a really good job of like improving it to make it more, you know, more now I can't tell. I'm really losing the plot here. I can't tell if it's just because Starfield is running like dog shit right now, or my TV. There should be shipbuilding quests, 100%. I don't know why there isn't. Oh, no, a lot of devs will, you know, they 100% will. Just read back chat. I want to make a point. Fizz Positive is the fact that she has Starfield on PC, Xbox, and PS has paid mods. Played every Bethesda. Hello, Mona. And that is something we need to remember, guys. Because, like, there is obviously people in my chat that tend to, like, kick up a storm and stuff, you know, and I respect everyone's opinions. However, I feel like people in my community, that I consider, like, you know, people I enjoy, the diehard fucking sweepers and the diehard haters, they're not going to last very long in our little community, because I am neither a diehard sweeper as much as Guilty would like to admit, and I'm also not a diehard hater. You know, like Fizz and Mona are two of the kind of probably the more critical people when it comes to Starfield. You know, they want to see it improved. You know, there's also people like Styles who are more kind of, they enjoy the game and stuff. But like, again, the dude's not like a, you know, like he's not like a sweeper, as you say. Because like I realized that you shouldn't have, Jesus Christ, you why is my game running like dog shit? Please tell me. Tenebro's another example. Tenebro's content without mods, which is fucking crazy to me.
You want some more? How hard is it to take this guy down?
What is going on? Is the FPS drop really is it noticeable on your guys' end? I know I'm making a joke, right? But did I really buy a new TV just to show me that Starfield runs like dog shit in higher quality? So I mean, everything could always be better, right? You know, and everything could also hopefully not be worse. The more key.
It's over.
You're weird? What do you mean weird? Weird in what regard? I mean, Ish can't really talk. He likes building penis ships. Sorry, Ish, that was a joke. Get a better shotgun. My shotgun is very good, thank you, Wolfie. You arrived late. I was ranting slightly about you, but not really about you. More Bethesda. Oh, that's just because he's tanky. Also, I don't know if the 3x thing is fucking working. I need to find a POI that's like normal, so I can like test some stuff. Let me go to another area. Okay, Tenebro, if we're having a conversation about Sarah, please tell me it wasn't. Because in some regards, well, in some regards, Tenebro, some of the things you, like, I've seen one of your comments about, like, the Cellar and Sanctuary, and I'm like, you have to be careful with some of them stuff. Because, you know, like, I don't necessarily kink shame, but, like, I'm not saying you were, you know, being a kinky boy. Hello, Timmy. Why are you looking at me? I'm not good, but what the fuck? You could do 60. Wait till you see the piece of shit I built. Oh, God. Have a better machine? Well, no, like, generally, look, Starfield usually runs perfectly fine. 60 FPS, 1080p. I am definitely getting into Subnautica 2. I'm very excited for that. Or, like, it can do, like, 60 FPS, 4K on Xbox in most regions. Now it's like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Yeah, it does seem like that. I'm like, God damn it. Like, you have to build a ship under a certain amount of money, or you build a ship in the wild. What are we talking about now? Oh, someone just, hello. Ever heard of kink shaming? The thing is, it is Lee, but it isn't, if that makes sense. I had to turn off HDR. Try enabling motion blur. To be honest with you, you could be fucking right. I always turn that shit off. Oh, wait a minute. It's on. What if I turned it off? My Xbox chilled itself a little bit. But yeah, no, it's Shovel Life, dude, HDR. So, well, I mean, I had to turn it off in general just because it was very unreliable and I couldn't record with it. But like, I'm still trying to come to terms with this television because it's very nice. But like, it like tries to change the fucking screen resolution. You have film grain max. Why do I feel like I shouldn't? What happened to my settings? I think she's older than that. Film grain. Why is that on? I got an LG B5, like the cheapest OLED I could find. Alright, there's no way turning down film grain helped, but my Xbox is like breathing again. She's like, I think she's older though. Like I think she's in her 40s or 50s. The thing is, it's hard to determine age because enhanced, like fucking Victus looks like somebody from the Warhammer universe who gets that fucking, you know, the rejuvenation treatment. Boom, boom, boom. Just check something. I do play it. I have Xbox. I have it on Steam as well, and I use it on Steam on occasion. Hello there, Cordic. We were looking at trains, but I had to uninstall that mod because the performer's a bit dodge. Yeah, I think she's between 40 and 60. See, how old are MC? How old are, what do you mean MC? The main character, you can be any age you want. Why does it look like fucking raptors jumping out of the grass? Are you still there, Mona? That's fucking creepy. I need to like tweak some stuff, but yeah, like I don't know, it's weird. The other thing too is I can't tell if it's like a placebo. Like, is there a certain distance you're supposed to sit from a television? Because like I find like when I game I tend to roll myself back, but I don't know if like if that's because just I'm a fiddler. That's poor choice of words, or like my brain is trying to move me backwards. No, I didn't think you were serious about the seller tenor, bro, but I was just saying, like, when you say something like that, you gotta be prepared for people to involve personalists who just take it like a garnish. She outright belittles people for being... Does she actually? What the fuck? Yeah, she has to be easily that age. Hello. Yeah, see, I feel like that's probably my problem. I need to, like, rearrange some of my setup because I feel like I need to be sitting back further. Ever since it was made with the 40-year-old audience in mind, Constellation definitely makes you think the target audience is middle-aged. Well, no, don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with, like, you know, getting with the older folks. Make a mod that saves you get older your character. Oh my god, fuck that. Young Neil coming out next week. Your character will die of old age. It'll be 500 credits. There's an effect where your eyes make tiny random movements. Sometimes your vision makes a frame stand out clearly and create the illusion. Sarah is a horrible person. She just shot. What? To be honest, we're the old folks, so fuck off. I think most of the companions of Constellation are a bit too, you know. Boy, Simeon now. Simeon seems like a fucking cool guy. What is that? What is that? Not the fucking bush. Hello, who are you? What are you? Strong arm worker? Like, I kind of thought it would have been cooler if Vladimir was their companion. Like, imagine, like...
I thought help would never
Jesus
come,
Christ.
but here you are. A group of spacers has it out for us. Whatever we have, they take. And now they're getting violent. I know it's not your problem, but we're not...
Why do the Scandinavians seem to, like, spread out everywhere? Defeat the spacers in the pillaged outpost. Where the fuck is that? Oh. Ba-na-na-na-na. See, I think that Bethesda could have done a better job. And again, I'm saying this, I'd fucking do a better job. I'm fucking dog shit most days. But if they used Constellation as a way to tie into the to the single player stories, like imagine if like Walter would kind of like come along with you somewhat and kind of help you with the Ryusian quest line. Like imagine if in order to go through Unity the first time, each of the factions had like a piece of the Unity or a piece of the artifact. Like Vladimir would help you with the Crimson Fleet, Solomon would help you with, or Sam would help you with Freestar. Sarah would help you with the Vanguard, like, stuff like that. Hello there, Dutchie. But obviously that's not what they went for. Even like the way they kind of, like a few people have said it before, it would have been really fucking cool if Bethesda had like made it so that you had to kind of go out of your way to find Constellation. Like imagine like you come across like Barrett and stuff, and like, or maybe imagine you came across like a dead member of Constellation and you get the watch, you go to the lodge, and like the lodge is all like run down and like there's no one there except Vasco's in like low power mode. You turn on Vasco and you explain the situation, and he starts getting excited and he like tells you like, we're gonna have to basically rebuild Constellation. You go and you find Sarah, she's like a merc working like on the UC. You find Sam, who's like trying to basically live outside of his dad's shadow. You kind of come across them in that way, and you actually feel like you're an explorer exploring. I mean, he would be, but obviously in this instance he wouldn't be X-Fleet, he would still be Fleet. Where is this mission telling me to go? Oh, a ship's coming down. Am I gonna have to reload my game? Where is it? Over there? Bum, 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 bum. And I'm not the person who came up with that, by the way. A lot of people have kind of spoke about that. Which, yes. What do UD jump into? Yeah, the UD jump should, oh shit, should also change. That's valid, but Bash Effect basically set the game way back when the group was founded, but with the same. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, kind of like, well, I mean, you could like kind of set back. I think Bethesda's done with no, they're not. They said they're going to be working on more. You also should be, Lee. Like, Constellation should have been a mix between the Dawn Guard from Skyrim and the Blades from Skyrim. In that, yes, I do remember that, Hollow, and part of me thinks that somebody doing that trailer was probably not aware of how the game worked. Do I hear criticism? Who are you talking, Guilty? You better not be firing shots at me, by the way, because I'm always critical. Critical about most fucking things. But yeah, like, you should be able to, like, bring like members into Constellation. Like me and Simeon. Simeon, welcome to Constellation. I mean, they could go back to the founding, keeping most of the world the same. I mean, it definitely could. The thing I will say, though, there's some lore there that Bethesda may eventually touch on. Like, the original founder of Constellation went and dipped, right? We don't know. Yes, like the Blaze done right. We don't know what happened to him. All we know is his name was Larry, I believe, or was it Reginald? And yeah, I think it would be very fucking cool if we have. What is this? What is this? It'd be like really fucking cool if we eventually get like a quest where we like find out what happened to him. I'll be part of the quest. Mateo is a character that I really wish I could have brought that little Sanctum Universum boy. and showed him what the real world is like and been able to shape him, we could turn him into a kind of a pessimist. We could turn him into a fanatic. You know, we could turn him into... It is Sebastian. I was joking about the name. Bom, bom, bom. Bom, bom, bom. Hey, now, there's nothing wrong with a bit of moaning. Manga Pain Constellation. What's that mean? You've got Noel. Like, why can't I bring Noel? Hello, LeBron. You get married yet? When are you getting married? I know, I apologize. I know you've said it a few times, but I'm like, I'm ready to, when you come in and be like, I'm married. Like, yeah, congratulations. So, ooh, excited. Just remember, some people will tell you it's the most important decision in your life, and those people are fucking idiots. I mean, it can be the most important thing of your life. Although it depends. Is divorce a thing in America? Do they allow that? Well, you haven't gotten it fitted? What the fuck? What are you waiting so long for? God damn. But yeah, no, for now they do. Yeah, no, the Noelle, like, it would have been really cool to like bring Noelle and like set her up. Like, why couldn't we have like set up fucking like labs against all of them? I might have to speak to King Gath and ask him would he be interested in potentially making a mod like that. Like Constellation Expanded. Because that, like, there's like, if mod authors want to fucking make a mod, that's a mod right there. Yeah. All right, either that was the most accurate shot ever, or fucking dude missed. I mean, I think so. And I think realistically, if Bethesda do want to keep things going, like, if Bethesda do want to keep things going, and like, I wouldn't mind if we only get one major update every year, as long as we get some minor bug fixes and like, you know, improvements and maybe ship parts. Like, I think it would be really cool. Will Bethesda do it? Probably fucking not. Oh, beer pong. Guilty and Mona, you guys still there? Limited a lot of the storyline potential when they went with 100% voice acting, having some lines text only, made it possible to create whole stories. Well, didn't they do that with Skyrim though too? What do you mean? How dare you? You're here for me now, not sweepers. You're dead. The initial ones are more exciting new things to keep bringing to players, but in a few years DLC will be far more catered to those who really love the game versus... I do agree. That's what I mean. Like, I think I said that, I was saying that earlier. Like, Bethesda, I don't think Bethesda had any fucking idea what they were doing when this game like first came out. They were just trying something, right? And like with 76. Except unlike with 76, I am here to scream loud enough if they ever try to remove a valid feature. You touch ship parts, Todd, and I swear to God you'll be off my Christmas list. I'll up this star maps. There is not. I know that Owl has like a map that's really cool. Issue is always lack of for existing characters. That is, to be fair, that is probably one of the biggest problems. And I think I mentioned it before. Mona, I'm never not moaning. They call me Moaning Myrtle from Harry Potter, except I don't cry about random shit. I cry about a lack of ship parts. Because I think I asked this question before, and I can't remember specifically, but do Bethesda allow you, like, you know the way you can get permission from Bethesda to go and make stuff? Can you get permission from Bethesda to work with Bethesda or with Starfield mod authors? Like, could you be like, hey, Bethesda, like, I really want to make, like, a storyline expanding on, like, Barrett. Would it be okay for me to hire the voice actor and stuff? Like, I'll run the lines all by you guys. Thank you, I'd try. Like, personally, I think, like, Mateo would be an amazing questline. Like, I think Bethesda would be too afraid to do it because of the world we live in, but imagine a quest line where, like, you help Mateo kind of, like, understand religion and stuff, and you kind of dive more into the kind of how different religions, like, came about and, like, stuff like that. Like, to be honest with you, I think Bethesda would be afraid to do it because, you know, of the world we live in, but I really fucking loved how, like, Kingdom Come Deliverance did it, and obviously it was based off of previous religions. There's always a chance for VCs to run the ideas, but Bethesda, you could get the original voice acting if it's done for Fallout 4, but no clone limitations and main lore expansions. I'm pretty sure it would make it unlikely if you could. God damn it. God damn it. It's possible. It's possible, but unlikely. Because I think it'd be fucking cool. It'd be really cool as Mateo. Mateo is not a companion, sadly. Open his eyes. Give him like a fucking House Faroon goth girlfriend. The dude will be joining the Great Serpent immediately. I'd love Faith. Well, that's what I mean. Like, I think of Faith, because like, some of the main, and I know religion is always a risky point because religion is probably one of the main reasons conflict in human history. However, like, religion is kind of a part of the main storyline of, you know, of Starfield with the whole, like, you know, the three factions, what is it, the Circle and all that shit. And I would love to see them, like, fleshed out more. I mean, I'm kind of surprised there's not more religions, to be honest with you. Like, 3 whole religions? Are you serious? My country is like 50 fucking religions. There's people that worship their tractors. You know what I mean? People that worship combine harvesters. You know? Like, I really love in Warhammer that there's so many different factions that have branched out to liking the Emperor. But they're, like, all completely, hey, oh, hello, TJ. How are you? Like, there's so many, like, the religions in, it's funny you appear on top of Warhammer. Like, they all, like, worship the Emperor, right? But they're all, like, seen as heretical to the other one. Even though they all worship the same fucking god. It's kind of like, what the fuck? Worship Transformers. I do think, like, we need, like, another... Why is my game going to dog shit? God damn it. I would fucking love more stuff with House Faroon. I think that Shattered Space only touched it. It shattered the surface, if you will. I want more. Like, I want like more on the individual houses on House Marine or Maylene. Sorry. Like, I want, like, to actually, I want to be, like, I want to join House Faroon, and I want to warp them into how I see fit. Whether I want to keep them as these fanatical zealots that would brutally murderize everyone who's not in the religion, or turn them into, like, a technocratic society where they kind of view the Great Serpent more as a kind of a creator in a scientific sense, like the Adeptus Mechanicum and the Omnissiah. You know what I mean? I want all this shit. Will we get it? Fuck knows. Probably not. Ow. My good man. Fuck you. I'm still in a bit pretty ecliptic. I mean, I'm in the works. We need, it's a multiple mod author situation. We need to hit up multiple mod authors. I want to give the player the option to wipe Bruno. I mean, that, honestly, that should be an option, you know? Like, you finish, like the fact that you can finish that DLC, right? And you realize that if you leave, like, you know, there's a lot of them that still want to create the great journey, as they say. Why are we not allowed to, like, destabilize them, you know? Why are we not allowed to side with them and make them just be like, yeah. It did bring them in line with the other factions, Lee, which is why I would also love to see, like, I would love to see Bethesda expand upon all the different storylines, like a Crimson Fleet 2, where, like, you know, like, maybe something happens, Like, can you imagine how cool that would be? Like, imagine, like, fucking what's-his-face goes missing, and, like, the Crimson Fleet is kind of up in arms. You've got people siding with, like, Neva. You've got people siding with, like, I don't really know if there's anyone aside from Neva. I mean, there's the other people and stuff. You know, like, the Vanguard. Like, imagine, again, the Vanguard doing their Vanguard stuff. There's so many ways they could do the Vanguard. Like, Ryujin, I'd love a whole quest where I just play a fucking intern who is expected to deliver coffee, and then, like, you know, one of the higher ups inappropriately touch you, and then there's a long court proceeding where ultimately you take a hush money and nothing ever happens. Also, I would love an expansion to the Freestar Collective where we just basically use a microbe to white out anyone that is Freestar Collective. Yes, there is a mod coming soon. Oh, no. Ba-ba-ba. Be some goddamn Vanguard. Yeah, like, even like to be honest with you, like the Vanguard, like the miscellaneous quests we get, I think they could be a lot different. Like, I really, Cordic, I got a mod idea for you. Potentially. I mean, anyone but Cordic is, you know. Like, we have the missions where you have to go and, like, rescue the people. Why is there not, like, missions where you have to, like, rescue hostages? Like, imagine, like, a mission where, I don't know what faction you could specifically do, but imagine you had to, like, stealth it. Like, I mean, like, think, like, any of those kind of missions where you have to rescue prisoners, but, like, if you accidentally fucking trigger the alarm, prisoners get executed, you only have a certain amount of time. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, in general, I think what this game really needs is, like, choices that matter. And the game alluded to that with the whole Unity, where it's like, oh, look, you chose the Achilles. Good job, you're not a fucking moron. Oh, look, you shot Ron Hope. Good job, you're not a moron. Oh, look, you did the Ryujin questline. You might be a moron. They could also drop content. Will they? Probably fucking not. Like, look at now, Guilty. They said last week they were going to be updating us on the upcoming update. Where's that? Tomorrow is what people are saying, and I seen somebody in the Discord say Bethesda usually updates on Thursdays. I don't believe they do on Starfield. I thought they always used to do updates on a Tuesday. It's not stealth, but yeah, you get rid. That's what I mean. Like, exactly. Actually, you get called dumb for the Achilles, and you can't. That's what I mean. Like, that's not a stupid option. Bethesda, please. Like, I understand some people probably, but, like, the way that whole quest line was designed, it makes it seem like they outsourced everything. You're telling me you have the option to choose between a microbe that could mutate and cause havoc, right? That could risk so many different things, right? It could turn people into mutants. It could turn the frogs gay. It could completely devastate crops. You could do all of that, right? Or you have giant giraffe armored parrots that the only danger is a drunk idiot maybe tries to fight one and gets killed or put in the ER. That's not a choice. That's the stupidest fucking decision ever. Like, that culmination of, like, it's so, and the rest of the Vanguard quests is phenomenal. Like, it's really well done. The pace is really good, but it just ends on a flat, like, it ends, you know, it just fucking, they fucking sent the RV straight off the cliff, right? You know what I mean? But then how could you do it better, right? Like, what is an alternative to the Achilles? Like, they could have said what could have been better, right? Is they could have maybe made it so that, like, you know, like the kind of the thing they do where they inject, they, like, make sterile mosquitoes that mate with other mosquitoes and it makes them sterile. A virus could have worked. Like, they could do a virus to heat leeches. They could have made it tied to, I mean, first we would need to determine, like, what specifically. The heat leech is, like, energy and heat. You know, they could have done something where, like, maybe they could, like, tweak the grav drive's, like, frequency that it, you know, like, it would kill heat leeches that try to latch on and feed. But that could have unknown side effects because we don't fully understand. And again, no matter what way you choose, they could have easily done like they could expand upon the DLC with it, you know? Like DLC 2. Oh no, the Achilles like didn't work as good as we thought it would. And the Terramorph are, you know, evolving because, like, to be honest with you, have you looked at Terramorph? Like, I'm sorry, as someone, I know Lee, you're going to have to close your ear here. As someone who plays Halo and loves the Flood, the Terramorph to me looks like something that is meant to mutate. The fact that it mutates originally from a worm to a Terramorph, I don't think that's its final form. Like, what's stopping, like, Terramorph again seems like, again, Warhammer. Warhammer has the Tyranids, right? Tyranids are a hive mind that essentially can adapt to anything. Like, let's say, oh, we found that flames work really well against Tyranids. Oh, the hive mind's like, wait a minute, we're gonna make our carapace less flammable. Oh no, you know what I mean? Like, they could have easily done something like that where the Terramorph, and again, we don't know. I think the Terramorph need to be a more dangerous threat. We do need more cosmic horror, and I don't mean the cosmic horror of Probe Tech bringing out some sort of god-awful ship mod. What's your problem? Fucking Tyranids? You still there, TJ, or did you dip? Fuck me. Ryujin as a company are extremely terrifying because of what they've done. And, like, I feel like, again, there should be, like, could you imagine if there was an outcome to that? Like, Bethesda, I just got flashbacks of Dimorphodons absolutely abusing me off my Giga. Like, can you imagine if there was implications, like, with Ryujin, like, where over time you would see more and more issues of, like, you know, like people modifying themselves with these, like, new implants and stuff, and there being a lot of instances. Like, an example was, remember that Bethesda Trackers Alliance where the dude managed to overload the guy's amp and kill him? Imagine that on a wider scale. And, like, you basically, it's up to you. Let's say somebody at Ryujin, they grow a conscience and they decide maybe we should try and solve this. And then you can either side with them and be like, we're going to solve this, or you can be like, is it Misako? Which one is the Misako? Is Misako the one who's an asshole? And you can just be like, nah, bro, we're going to fucking full send it, you know? We're going to let these people die so we can basically get as much information as possible. An Achilles versus a mech would be amazing. Can you have the creature that eats the Terramorph? The Achilles? Yes. Yes. What do you mean by have, though? Like, also, I still don't understand, like, have you ever seen the Achilles fight the Terramorph? They never win. Like, I think the Achilles, and again, Bethesda's lore is Bethesda, but I feel like the Achilles are more meant to kill heat leeches before the Terramorph actually spreads. You know, it kind of seems more like that. Ba-da-da. That's something that terrifies me about the current internet. Connected medical devices. Never mind future ones. To be honest, there's some truth to that, but not all companies are like super fucking assholey. I live in Europe, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Europe is all high and mighty, but generally speaking, the European EU is doing some stupid things, to be fair, but they tend to kind of be trying to make it so that it's, you know, tech is less monopolized, so you have a less chance of individual companies doing that. Like, there's always a worry, obviously, but, like, you know, like, someone could, oh yeah, no, people can definitely do that 100%, and I would wager people have been doing that for a long time. See, that's something, LeBron, that confuses me too, because animations would definitely be a thing that mod authors would be able to get a lot of use out of. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, like, can you imagine if, like, mod authors, like, who make the weapons or armors or ship parts and stuff, or even some of the more other stuff, like, if they were able to use... Why is my game just dying? What the fuck? Alright, give me a second, guys. I'm going to put on the rave music for a minute while I restart my Xbox. I'm still here, by the way. We're just doing rave music. I don't know, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's like really bad FPS. I'm like, what the fuck? Usually, I get 60 on everything aside from... Yeah, no, I know. A very good game. Very good game. 11 out of 10. Region workers all the same. The black dude in Void pissed me off. What black dude? I mean, that was to be honest with you, that bothered me to no efforts. That they were like, yeah, that fucking whatchamacallit is like, it should have been Varun. It shouldn't have been Ryujin. And whoever wrote that story does not understand the lore of the game. Quick question, quick Crimson's gone. I'm still here, asshole. Like that was, I mean, I think a lot of the story was kind of like, it honestly, you ever see those like videos where like, there's like a series I watched is it like Sorted Food? I don't know if they still do it, right? And basically what they do is they'll like say they'll be making a recipe, like one person will start making something, right? Let's say he's like, I'm gonna make spaghetti bolognese. They'll start making stuff, but like halfway through making it, he will get kicked out and someone new will come in, right? And that person will have to try and look at what's being made and try and figure out like, okay, what can I make? And it basically keeps going like that, right? And like, it seems like the storyline was kind of written by that situation where they had one guy come up with a starter. He just got fucking launched into oblivion. Some new guy came in who knew none of the source material, and it just kind of went from there. Hello there, Deadly. How are you? To be honest, I don't know if I have. We're back on the game now. All right, let me load. Let me real quick, right? Let me just. Doc, I swear to baby Jesus, if it's these fucking time 1 and 2 mods, it's not your fault, realistically. It's the amount of issues with the guns. Okay, I mean, what do you mean now by issues with guns? Government team with big tech, pretty realistic. Oh, it is in some essence, but like the thing that doesn't make sense, LeBron, is Ryujin are a Freestar company. You know what I mean? Oh, look, a good mod. And a decent mod. And a very good mod. Okay, I apologize. I'm not, well, okay. I'm not trying to say that the modded, you know, but ship parts. Very good. Very, very good. Yeah. What else we got here? Hey, good mod. Hey, good mod. I don't know if I've seen that mod. Right, we're gonna remove these. You know, it'd be funny if it was these fucking ones. That's not necessarily true, Ace. And to be honest with you, this is rant on poor port incoming. Oh yeah, definitely. The thing is, right, is you are correct, right? But the dude that the House Varun ambassador guy would be perfect in that role, and this is why, like, I feel like, have Bethesda ever done that in your guys' knowledge? Have they ever had a character tied to a DLC that's also in a base game? Like, I know with companions they have, because my only understanding of maybe the reason they didn't do that is because they don't want players to feel like they miss out on stuff, which, to be honest, how ESO tends to do it is a little bit different, but ESO is a kind of an online game. Nick, the great example, okay, that point down the fucking drain. He could have been perfect as, like, the Vanguard, because he would have been in the middle ground. You know, he has no love. Again, very valid, very valid. Like the ambassador for, he has no love for either, but he just doesn't want to see the settled system go to shit. Not to mention him being House Faroon, right? He knew what House Faroon was like. He knew exactly the sort of people they were. Well, even if he doesn't represent them, that's kind of the point I'm making, Ace, though. Like, he would be the perfect third person to kind of go that route. You know what I mean? Squad fam? Squad fam ding dong? Was that racist? Was that a slur? I don't know. I apologize. But I think he would have been perfect for it. But yeah, instead they're like, dude, like, hello. I'm Mr. Ryujin. I'm here because I know the right things to say and how to say it. Fucking excuse me? You know exactly how to fucking say it, you fucking Neanderthal? You're like, your faction is literally like, they're a megacorp that has no fucking soul. Like, the only thing I think Ryujin would be good for is if you had a Jeffrey Epstein situation and you needed the best lawyer in the fucking settled system. That's what I would not, obviously, I'm not saying you know what I mean? It's like, Ryujin is such a shit fucking faction for that regard, reference, you know? Fuck it, I would have preferred a fucking spacer, you know? At least I know that they're, you know, it's just, yeah. I mean, I've proved in my videos, my great lore related video, that that the storyline of that was half written. The people that writ the dialogue and the notes was different than the people that actually wrote the in-game stuff, and the people that did the animated were even more outside. Just the Iron Bank, but they're not even. That's Galbank, LeBron. And Galbank, yeah, Void is the king. That's what I mean. I mean, Void is supposed to represent the powers. Ryujin aren't a fucking power. Why isn't Bayou there, you know? Bayou owns the Aurora trade, which I would argue is probably worth more. You know, I'd rather Pablo Escobar than fucking, who is Ryujin? Who, like, fucking, I don't know, I feel like calling Ryujin Elon Musk is a compliment to Elon Musk, and he's not that intelligent. Who's like a really well-known kind of... NVIDIA, man. NVIDIA is actually not a bad shout, but NVIDIA is not inherently evil. Aegis was forgotten, and it fucking bothered me. That bothered me the most. Like, I had people in the comments, like, were saying about how, like, Aegis, like, when they mentioned the Vanguard, when they said, what is it, the Astra thing? To be honest with you, I don't really understand it either. Like, the Freestar Rangers and, like, Vanguard could easily do that. I mean, I'm not, like, I don't think NVIDIA is good, but I don't think, oh, okay, they're using to kill children with drones. Fair enough. Fuck you, NVIDIA. AMD all the way. But, yeah. I have frame rate again. My frame rate... Hello. We'll have to fiddle around. But I agree, people say they're in conflict. There are some instances of them working together. Solid 90 is not at 5k in some places. What do you mean it's not at 5k? Oh yeah, not just the children, but the women and children, and the men too, and the dogs even. Poor cats. Honestly, probably the caterpillars. Everyone. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just, yeah. It's kind of like I mean, drones in general, yes. But child-seeking drones, very much yes. I just imagine the Atomic Wrangler guy just talking, and you just cuts it. It just zooms out, and you just see a Reaper drone looking at him. Is now... That's fucking insane to me. PMC would have been nice to see Ecliptic. That's what I mean. Like, Ecliptic, they mentioned that Ecliptic are, like, known to kind of do that shit, right? And we've seen in our society, right? Or in our, like, when it comes to military stuff, like, after big wars, like the colony wars, I guarantee you that neither side would be able to, like, mass a large, sizable force. So Ecliptic would have been a great job, you know? Like, yeah, like, they both kind of chipped in and hired some Ecliptic mercs to kind of get the job done for you. Like, Who else? Like, I'm trying to think of, like, kind of examples of, like, who would... I mean, even fucking List, god damn it. Like, I would have rathered Vevictus there than fucking Ryujin, because at least he's a cold-blooded killer, but he's efficient and gets the job done. Have you ever... Why can't I hire Ecliptic for certain things? Have you ever had the Radiant mission where Ecliptic tried to rob you? Yeah, we're talking about Turner Matty, yeah. It's not really... Hello there. It's not really spoilers, to be fair, because it's just meeting mysterious ecliptic suit that represent them. Well, see, there's a little bit of storyline, which, again, whoever was designing the kind of the little storyline for Anchor Point did a really good job. And I honestly wish there was more to it. Like, the ecliptic gentleman, the saint, he's ex-ecliptic, right? I want info about him. I would love to talk to him. Like, it's weird that Bethesda didn't have, like... Is that something you can do, Cordic? You're a professional. Are you able to make it so dialogue can only appear if you've read specific notes and stuff? Because I wish there was dialogue where you could be like, look, I know you're ex-Ecliptic. Can I ask you questions about it? I'd love to get some information, you know, about Ecliptic. I think Ecliptic are... Again, it's like Bethesda played too, like, loosey-goosey with the enemies. Like, Spacers, Ecliptic... and Crimson Fleet, they're all bad guys, but, like, they're questionable. You know what I mean? Like, Spacers should have been the big bad guys. Ecliptic should have been the guys where you don't necessarily have to fight them, but kind of like the Brotherhood, where they would fight you if you wanted to. I would have been okay with a recycle Freestar General that was... Oh, that would have been cool, but there's no way. The Freestar wouldn't have been... I mean, maybe. It's like them making just Raiders and only expanding up. Yeah, that's what I mean. All right, let's relax here a bit now. Wait, what are we saying? Let's relax here. I was pointing out the fact that a military-industrial complex, you could not really see them as altruistically good, you know? Like, in the same way, as much as I am a big fan of, let's say, Rhymethal, I don't think they're good people necessarily. Do I think they're bad people? No. However, if you're making firearms, you know, you have to realize they're going to kill people, and they're probably not always going to be bad people, you know? One time, I fired a shotgun, ricocheted, took my shins off. I'm fine, though. You can issue dialogue, but you'd have to have voice act lines for all the options. That's what I mean. But Bethesda, I guess what I was saying by that, Alien, is Bethesda could have done that, but they opted not to. Like, it's very wasted potential in that regard. Like, even being able to join them, like, why is nobody, like, made a... At the very least, why is nobody, like, made a mod that, like, allows you to join Ecliptic and you can become a merc? Like, imagine, like, an Asia's op where, like, there's a group of Ecliptics. They could harness their old fucking Fighters Guild from Oblivion, you know? It's like, oh, yeah, like, Aegis are kind of working... They want you to work undercover with Ecliptic because they think that Ecliptic are kind of breaking the armistice laws, and turns out they are. They've been using mechs. They've been using mechs outside the settled system, and you can choose to bust them or completely, you know, side with them and basically burn it. I will have to check it out in a minute, Ace. I mean, like, it would be very cool. Would they do it? Probably not. There are multiple ways to track knowledge, because it does it too. The issue is a voice actor and even the morals of the AI, voice of free content. I mean, mech parts. Why is he Freestar Ranger in the UC? Where is the Freestar Ranger in the UC military base mod? What do you mean? Like, the Freestar Rangers don't really have bases specifically because of what they are, and the UC, I mean, they have the thingy. Problem with joining Ecliptic is how many other quests that breaks. Well, you wouldn't even have to, like, join them, because I know what you're saying. You could easily make a sub-faction, right, that is Ecliptic, but it's not actually Ecliptic. You know what I mean? So, like, it's technically Ecliptic, but it's Ecliptic in the kind of the sense of, like, just... Hello, Gary person. TV show, there's a scene where a dude with the voice-acted robot butler talks about how he got paid 100k for use of his voice. But then the AI gen'd a bunch of stuff with it. They may end up being... Well, no, hey, here's the thing, right? I just want to point out, like, I'm not advocating for anybody to start ripping off voice actors specifically. In this instance, I'm talking about Bethesda should have did it because, like, they dangle the line there, you know? I mean, we know that there's an ecliptic faction that runs... there's an ecliptic faction that works for the Red Mile. Different take to the finals. Guilty. I didn't fucking say that. What do you... I don't want anybody to be using AI voice lines and stuff when it comes to, like, content. I'm saying I would rather Bethesda have added that to begin with. I'm not saying mod authors should replace that. However, like, if it comes to, like, if it did come to making, like... Plus, wasn't there, like, didn't I review a mod that had an ecliptic? What mod was that? Into would have been lame. Would have minded a side quest for it. That's what I mean. Like, imagine how cool it'd be, though. Like, kind of... like, I know, I don't think it would... You wouldn't be turning them into allies, and they're mercs. They're never going to be allies. No way. That being said, why can't we hire them, as somebody pointed out? Be at least nice to have a combo with some ecliptics, even if you... That's what I mean. It'd be like, hello there, Mr. Ecliptic. And he'd be like, yo, what up? Farseer was... she wasn't actually AI. The mod author just kind of put a filter over them. But even saying that, this is where, like, it confuses me, because this is another hill Bethesda seemed to die on. Because, like, generative AI voice acting is not allowed, right? But fucking Microsoft Sam text-to-speech is. And, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, if a paid mod has fucking Microsoft Sam talking in any aspect other than being some sort of, like, early kind of, you know, like, pre-Earth collapse fucking, you know, Siri, it shouldn't be a paid mod. The one that needs 360 overhaul, be cool. It could be, but yeah. Jesus Christ. Fucking degenerates, how dare you? An AI will never abuse you as well as some people. If there's a modding using assets, a problem like that creatively. I mean, to be honest with you, Guilty, I see what you're trying to do there. You're trying to see, just for clarification, Crimson's stance has always been that I don't really like the idea of people using generative AI to replace people. Now, I will admit that AI could easily do a better paid mod than Probe Tech. But that's a fucking hard question. Do we allow AI mods or do we allow Probe Tech? Fuck me. I don't even know how to answer that. Jesus Christ. Oh, speaking of ecliptics. Hello there, gentlemen. Not 12 FPS now. You know, full 50. See, but the thing is with the ecliptic, right, is they kind of should and shouldn't be a bigger deal. Like, they should be in the... Fuck you. Like, they should be, right, in the sense that... Hello there, gentlemen. And that, kids, is why Bethesda need to make, like, some sort of assault. Uh-oh. Let me in, let me in, let me in! No, 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 no! Ah, shit. See, the other thing too is, you know, I'm gonna shut up about this because I need to. First of all, I don't know a whole lot when it comes, like with stuff like that. So much cursing. Stream isn't advertiser friendly. I'm telling my parents. Well, clearly it's not advertiser friendly because we're not. I don't monetize the stream. Just because I felt bad. People get ads. Why is my game being like slow-mo? Now I need to check something. I might need to clean out my Xbox again. You know, that could be like the problem. That's with the passion. That's why you gotta get YouTube Premium. Although to be fair, as somebody who is like a a YouTube creator, if you were enjoying watching content for free, please don't use ad blockers. My last call now just now a little slipped into the first second. I apologize. Oh god. How dare you? How dare you? No, but what was I gonna say? Speaking of what we're talking about, I do think it's on the topic of I'll take these off for a minute, so I'll see. On the topic, weirdly on the topic of like I find it interesting that like YouTube Premium, right, has the yeah, it can, and to be honest with you, guilty, procedural generation in most games, in my opinion, is kind of dog shit. Like, it works in No Man's Sky and games like Minecraft, right, where where those games are kind of like you don't really, but in a game like Starfield, no. Procedural generation should not exist in kind of like these games. I feel like it only really works in, I mean, again, it only works in like Sky, or like in no Skyrim. It only works in like No Man's Sky. And let me load this. Witcher were procedurally generated. Were they actually? Interesting. Interesting. My main, before playing this game, my main thing with procedural generation was I remember Ark had procedural generated maps and they were fucking dog shit. But yeah, I think just more handcrafted, you know what I mean? Am I in like game mode? Hold on now. Hello? I'm in standard mode. Let me put it in game mode. Oh shit, no, we're in game optimizer. Thank you. And our sound. Why are we stuttering? Alright, I'm in game mode now. No. I'm in game optimization mode. Can you show me my game I don't understand how it fucking works. And settings. Where's my game? Cool. There's like a cool HUD. I don't know where the fuck. Now there's like, you guys can't see it, but there's like, I put it in game optimization mode and there's like stutters, like black bars on the top. Honestly, does somebody want to buy a TV? I'll do you a really fucking cheap deal. I knew I should have just fucking bought a... Fuck's sake. Oh, what is fucking Vivid? What state am I in? I'm in the great state of Ireland. I'm gonna fucking cry. I have a fucking PC, dickhead. It's not, no, this is, I'm not complaining about, like, I'm not complaining about the game. I'm complaining about my TV causing me problems. Like, the game is running fine, but for some reason, I don't know if you guys probably can't see that, but I could see the fucking cursor. Like, no, like I Googled it, and like apparently the LG B series, the B5 is like probably one of the best entry-level OLED, right? Supposedly. One of the best. I have a monitor that like runs the game fine, but I'm a gamer. I play on Xbox, you know? I'm one of these fabled like console players that PC players complain about when I like wreck them with my aim assist. What are you saying? Yeah, it is. In what regard? Bum bum bum. it looks amazing. No, that's what I mean. I put on like game optimization mode and it just shits the fucking bed. You mean L streamer? The fuck? Excuse me? Fucking 1v1 me. I mean, there's now... Yeah, but see, Dong, you told me not to go near Samsung fucking TV products. Play on PC with an Xbox controller. What sort of fucking reject are you, Gordon? Mona, fuck off. Honestly, I might cry. Is it possible to return a television? If I try and return this television, they're gonna tell me to go fuck myself. Like, the quality is amazing, right? But, like, problem number one, can't use HDR because I'd have to keep enabling it and disabling it. I have a PC. What do you think I'm streaming on? My calculator? No chance. I would wreck you. What game are we playing, big boy? You want to toe on Halo? I'll put you fucking down. Amanda's married. At least the US, you probably have better laws than us. Wait, what do you mean, yes? I'm gonna have to... Fuck me. I might have to... Honestly, I might have to just fucking send it back. I don't know. I probably should. I don't know. I need... If anybody knows tech, if they wouldn't mind hitting me up on the Discord, because I want to know if there's something wrong with me or this television. I will say, there was... Initially, I had a bug. So, basically, the issue I'm having is I don't fucking know. I don't know. I spin my controller, right? Like, I'm spinning left and right. I can see multiple of my fucking multiple crosshairs. It's like the game, like, I was told that, like, OLED is, like, super responsive, right? I can see ghosting. It's like I'm playing fucking... Like, I spin, right? I can see the crosshair multiple times. No, it's not the issue. My vision is great. My dentist, who is also my optometrist, told me I was fine. Yeah, but why would there be ghosting on a fucking OLED? No, I turned HDR off. I had to turn HDR off. Because if I turn HDR on, it like... I turned HDR off because I couldn't record with HDR, which I should have Googled that. I should have Googled it. Todd said just play fucking stronger. Like, the thing is, when I plug in, like, it to my PC, look at that top left, you can see a big dot. That's the fucking sun. Don't do edibles before streaming. You might want to try without streaming. Well, no, I was testing it without streaming, Dong, and it was, like, still similar. Like, when I, like... The refresh rate, this TV can do 120 hertz, right? I know that because when I use it on my PC as, like, my main monitor, I'll have to go back. See, I don't know if I've recorded yet with this new TV, but in this, I don't know. What planet am I on? I am on New Atlantis, Jemison. See, I can't tell, right? Is this just because... Like, yeah, look, when I jump, I can see a blur around my crosshair. It's the same fucking blur. All of my fucking, like, bars have blurs over them. Can you guys see that? Have some built-in motion blur setting. Is that what it could be? It's an LG. I'm gonna fucking cry. The TV have AI enhancements. I mean, it could. It's very possible. There's no fucking dot in the corner. Stop fucking trolling me. You check the cable connectivity. Well, the cable is the same cable I was using on my old television. I mean, you probably won't notice it because 1080p. Where the fuck is... I don't even know where motion blur is. Right, so if we go to, right, look, we go to settings. You guys can't see the settings. All right, and I go to picture, and I go to advanced settings. I have brightness, I have color, I have clarity. I click clarity, noise reduction's off, MPEG reduction off, smooth graduation. Oh, let me turn that off. Imagine buying a TV. True motion? What the fuck is true motion? Off? Imagine buying a TV just to have to set everything to fucking basic. Now I'm still seeing it. I'm gonna cry. I put it in fucking... Watch me put it... See, you won't see if I put it in gaming mode. My TV is picking up now. I'm gonna have to reinstall Starfield again. We put it in gaming mode. Look, it's in Game Optimizer now. And now I'm literally getting 4 FPS on my end. And when I spin, there's like black bars fucking... I think I'm getting... What the fuck is this? It's an LG B4. No, my resolution is not a 1080p. God, no. The stream will be a 1080p. But my resolution is at, like, this is not game optimized at all. This is about as optimized as... I can't even fucking bring up options now. Turn it off and back on. Let me turn it off and back on. Can you try it at 1080p? Brother, you telling me I bought a TV to play 4K and I have to play it in fucking 1080p? Are you serious? How do you do that? Nope, still black bars. That's really strange. I wish I could show you guys the black bars, but I can't. There was. Honestly, this is fucking confusing. I'm very confused. What did I just open? I just opened some hub app. What the fuck is that? There is like... Why is picture mode in auto power? I apologize, guys. You definitely streamed in here. Well, no, see, that's what I was trying to wonder, Cordic. Maybe it's a case that Starfield is just, like, this game is, like, you know, normally when I play Starfield, right, I'm looking at it through, like, a telescope. Whereas, like, now I'm looking at it through, okay, game optimization mode does not fucking work. My God, that's painful. Advanced settings. Sometimes it brings up game optimized mode, sometimes it doesn't. Also, my Xbox is not helping the situation. Because my Xbox... You know what we'll do very quickly? Give me a second. Just to kind of... I'm going to swap over to PC. And I'm going to play Starfield on PC. We're going to play Rave for a minute. Bam, 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 bam. Right, we're going to Rave. Give me 1 minute, guys. I'm going to swap to PC and play Starfield on PC. Now this is where the game is going to shit itself. Picture, sound. I'm pretty sure I have all that turned off. Oh no, give me a second. I just want to point out I can't hear anything. I just want to point out. Optimize your fucking game, Bethesda. The Xbox and... Well, no, I Googled it, and apparently loads of people recommended this TV. I don't know how to get that in. Hold on now. All right, we're playing Starfield now. Give me a second, guys. Hold the fucking phone. This is magical. Thank you. I'm very good at music. Real tech audio. Stream. Turn that off. Game capture. No, PC game capture. Starfield. Window. Starfield. Turn them on. Do we have music? Do I fucking have sound? Is the LG software up to date? Why am I not getting any? Okay, It should be. It did like an... Oh, was I supposed to connect to the internet? I was told that's a bad idea. I know I bought like HDMI cables recently. All right, let me load this. All right, let's go mod testing. No, actually, hold on. Now, what creations are we rocking? Am I gonna have to... What Discord forum for monitor suggestions? Fuck off. Okay, let me... Ba-da-ba. Control setting support, that can... Okay, I'll have to do that. Do you think that's... I will... How new is the TV? Like, I bought it like 3 days ago. Brand new. Came in a box. As opposed to TVs that don't come in a box. I have a decent monitor. I say decent. It's AOC. It's like a cheap and cheerful monitor. All right. It's bad enough my Xbox trying to take off. Now my PC is trying to take off too. Jesus Christ, this game is about as optimized as a fucking shoe. Using Xbox HDMI. There's non-Xbox HDMI cables. Huh? What the fuck is my game doing? What's going on, game? Yeah, what's going on? All right, I am now playing Starfield on PC. Output is 4K. Make sure the cable is good. All right, hold on. Now I'm gonna put it on. What are we on? Are we on gaming mode? We're on. Why are we on auto power save? Why is that an option? All right, I'm on game optimizer now, guys. Game still fucking runs like shit. Hello there, Super. Yeah, the game. I'm on PC now, and honestly, the performance has gotten worse. All right, hold on now. I'm gonna do what all the Battlefield players do. All right, I'm gonna do what all the Battle players do. Okay, guys, I've seen them do this. There's no way. I'm playing on ultra low and like the frame. Look at this stutter. Where's my FPS? Does it fucking exist? Are we in the negatives? What the fuck is going on? How do I see my FPS? Windows G. Wait, that's not Windows. Okay, that is Windows. On out. Windows G. Performance. FPS. Launch a game to find the FPS. Alright, and it's not going to tell me the FPS because reasons. This is a mod called I'm a fucking idiot. It sounds like I might... Oh, fuck me. I should have did some... do you have VSR? I'm not locking settings. So I had VRR on. VSync, I should say, right? But doesn't VSync, it caps the mod refresh rate, right? My refresh rate is set to... Frame generation is off. Okay, well, do I really need frame generation if I'm on low? If you shift tab, it's on Steam, you can turn on the FPS. This is not on Steam, this is on Xbox. It seems like... This is like confusing me. Is the trailing worse in dark scenes? If yes, up the brightness. I am using a controller on PC. I have a 5070. I will say, normally I have no problem, like, on both Xbox and PC, I have no problem playing 4K 60. Obviously, I go to Aquila City, I get some problems. See, is 60 FPS on an LCD screen, right, from like maybe like 6 years ago, right? Is that going to look different than 60 FPS from an OLED screen that's newer? Like, the frame rate should look the same, shouldn't it? Alt and Z. Alt, Z. That did nothing. I pressed at the same time. There was a button I could do, but I can't. It's worse on PlayStation. No, I have a 70 Super, 4070 Super. Get a better frame rate on a lower hertz monitor. I mean, maybe. Sorry, Alt and R. Alt. It also did nothing. There is one. Contact IT first. They asked if you had it plugged in. Fucking plugged in? Fuck off, Kieran. I know where you're fucking going, you dickhead. Fucking Alt F4. Get to fuck. I'm gonna have to, like, fiddle with stuff. This is not good. Like, does anybody here game on an OLED TV, right? That plays Starfield, right? On an Xbox Series X. I am playing vanilla. This is vanilla. Does the game run well? Like, I don't understand why my television would suddenly make Starfield not run well. Did Todd Howard sell me a television? Am I supposed to pay more? I played on its absolute... Does that mean? I don't know why it's like fucking shit in the bed. This button should show you stats. It does show me stats. It's blurry black blars. Alt-Z brings up a menu. Who knew? I have an LG C4 TV as well. And you've no issue? I don't know, because to be honest with you, when I started playing Battlefield, like I was playing Battlefield the first night I got it, it just seemed like weird to me, like there was something off. And like, I thought it might have just been my eyes getting used to it, but that wouldn't make sense. Because like, realistically, OLED would be more responsive, meaning there'd be less delay, meaning, if anything, I should improve. We've got the IT in chat right now. Instead of running off the Xbox, will stream to your PC. So Starfield is running on the Xbox. I'm using a capture card. No, I turned off HDR because HDR caused its own fucking... They're both 4K. They're both 4K. Like, it was 4K. This one is HDR that I can't fucking use. What time is it? Let me see. I don't think so, because it like lets you, when you like pop on Xbox, it like lets you, hold on now, let me give me a minute, guys. I'm gonna put on the rave music again. Give me a second. Ishmi, I'm trying to get you a solid answer here. It's just, it stutters like fucking crazy. And like it, I can't see, the thing is, right, is I can't, sorry, I had to move my... what Guilty is saying is definitely what I say, flip it once, flip it again. Buy an old save, that's not a bad idea, right? Let me reload my sex box for a minute. Right, so... like, is there... I kind of surprised there's not, like, a way to determine, I'm surprised is that fucking Destiny? Is that Destiny? That's Destiny. I'm surprised there's not a way to determine like what the thing is running. The lead. Reload your okay. Stream. Let me turn off you, turn off you, turn on you, and turn on you. Hello, we're back. Da 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 da. I'm gonna try an old save. See, I have it set up now. If I go into settings, make sure it doesn't dox me. Hold on now. Let me go into settings. And I go to look. If I go right, so we go back here. So if I go to TV, right? Currently, it's telling me all this. Now, the reason it's telling me all this is because I have HDR turned off. But it's like telling me it doesn't support that. I don't know what that fucking means. So yeah, so I basically have like HDR turned off. They're calling you. Are you being serious, dolls? Alright, let me load a different save. Shit, what do we load? Let's load Frog of War. Actually update first. That's valid. That is very valid. So Guilty, as somebody is in your field, right? If I rock up to the pace I bought it, right? And I'm like, hello, I bought this PC, or I bought this thing, and it doesn't work with my Xbox, it just caused a lot of issues. I'm gonna have to jump through hoops to get a refund, right? Like, they're gonna be like, would you like a different one sort of shit? This is Amanda. Like, no, God, no, I'm not playing through the cloud. What am I, some sort of amateur content creator? Well, I can tell you there, FPS looks amazing now. Like, the game is working. Shouldn't have to. If it isn't doing as it's sold, then it's an easy refund. Oh, hold on now.
There's gotta be some
Jesus Christ, Simeon, I'm not used to having people talk to me. Honestly, now it seems fine. But obviously, how long before the game breaks again? I'm gonna have to... You got the same issue with Fallout 4? I haven't played Fallout 4. I'll be recording tomorrow. But not very much. Let me see if it does the... Yeah, it happened with Battlefield. Like, and Battlefield's the sort of game where, like, latency matters. Like, let me load Battlefield really quickly. I mean, it looks fine now. It could be a save thing, but it's not just this game. People are gonna join the stream and be like, what fucking mod is this? I want to see if it, like, if it shows this. I will say it looks good, but like again, it's like Element Railway. Great. Right, let me just go into loadout report. Carnage. See, here's the thing, right? I always turned off motion blur. If you're using a higher quality, this is about not. If you're using a higher quality, yeah, troubleshooting began. If you're, what do you mean? What is it turned into? Don't you disrespect about them? If you're using like a higher quality like monitor, i.e., you know, do you need motion blur? It looks okay now, but I'm like just confused. Of course, I don't know if it's just Starfield. Under the CRA, you can return it within 30 days if it isn't fit for intended use playing Xbox. Battlefield is realistic. It was more realistic than COD. I will not hear Battlefield slander from the Starfield players, okay? Pipe the fuck down. I mean, I like the skins. Literally got like a season where like, got a season. You swap factions. I just like gas masks. I'm with gas masks. This is a mod called made by a developer that cares. All right, now that we're here and I'm gonna lose everyone, I'm gonna really quickly show you guys my piloting skills because people don't believe me. Let me type helicopter. Heli. Post. So it seems to be okay now, but knowing, see, this is the other thing that really annoys me with this television is every time I like change settings, it doesn't change, right? Like I'm able to control my Xbox with my remote control. I turned that off 3 times and it keeps coming back. Every time I turn the television on and play Xbox, like there's a different settings, it doesn't seem to stick. Now, Guilty is making the point, the very valid point, that it's not gonna fucking load. Any weird... So, on my end, no. Is this not gonna load? Like, it all looks okay. Like, the text and stuff looks okay. Ooh, I doxed myself. Whoops. Like, again, is it like when you guys first kind of jumped into, anyone who has obviously has OLED, when you kind of jumped into OLED, did it take a while for your eyes to adjust? And like, how do you... Come on, I want to show off. Game started at 10. But yeah, no, like it all looks fine now. I'm gonna update and it probably will help. It's a funny story to fuck off. Is it really not gonna fucking search? No, it's just stuck. Yeah, it's stuck in an infinite loop. Alright, good job, Crimson. Every fucking game you touch breaks. As the room should be dark also. I mean, TVs supposedly are made to be compatible with console. I don't know why there's any issues at all. HDMI ports all have different profile saves. HDMI 1 and 2 can have different sounds. But yeah, just check the update after stream. You need to check the cables and go from there. That's very fair. Look, I look at my level. I'm a level 47 in the APC. And level 9. I thought it was a higher level than that, to be fair. I'm what you call a professional. Yeah, I am actually a heli pilot. If the game would fucking load... Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna restart the game because I actually want to, like... I want to show off. Because I know... Ace, I know you're fucking there. I'm streaming with a capture card. Which I will say is problematic, right? Because the capture card, like, captures the footage. Shock. Go into the new map. I mean, I could really quickly load the new map. Deadly's gonna kill me. Have you tried reconnecting directly to TV? I could try that. That's actually not a... But see, the thing that kind of confuses me, though, right, is... Look, we'll really quickly do a real with a Gollum. The thing that confuses me, Dong, is why would it suddenly be different with this TV? You know what I mean? It's possible, but... Also, if anybody wants to add me on Battlefield, I'm usually playing most nights at around, like, usually around this time with my girlfriend. Escalation? No, not escalation. Damn it. Oh, we're gonna get, actually, we'll get a helicopter. Let me swap to engineer, and let me put on a... I think I still need LMG kills, so I'm gonna keep that. Well, no, she won't communicate with others. Need more Helldivers. Cordic, isn't like Helldivers kind of in a downward spiral, even worse than Bethesda, because they're like, you know? Please give me the... Oh, I love the changes, by the way. Helis now won't randomly drop where did I spawn. Oh, the heli's behind me, the heli's behind me, the heli's behind me. Yeah, let's go, everybody in. Welcome to Ryanair. Let's fucking go. And all the sweats say you have to fly in third person. Those guys are fucking douchebags. If you're not flying in first person, are you really a pilot? I'm gonna go cap this objective. Oh, I hit it. Don't worry, we're good. There you go. And I don't use flight assist. I'm kind of sad that they added that flight assist mode. Right, who's my gunner? Oh, I've got one gunner. Okay, you're on my left side. Go and harass some people. Oh, they're trying to rob the train. Oh, I have no gunner. What the fuck? Wow. I think I'll pick up someone. Where's that guy? Hello there. Would you like to be picked up? Oh, I got a gunner now. Hey. Why do you like helicopter pilot? Oh, wait, warm. Fuck you. That's another fucking heli. I'm still getting used to the fact that you don't instantly get, like, dropped now. Getting bullied by two of them. Run to the C-Ram. This is a really fucking good game. There is no, like, being good. Alright, heli pilot. Fuck your he shot me out. Anyway, I will call it for tonight, guys. Cause yeah, I will be back. I'll be streaming Subnautica tomorrow. I really need to fix my, stuff in time. I'll be streaming Subnautica when it comes out, which will be a little bit different. I will catch you guys in the next one, and I will obviously be doing those testing things and hopefully don't break my thing. Bye-bye, everybody.